died.
What did he say about it? Anything?
He just said he didn't know anything. He just, when he woke up, he was on a ventilator, and people said, yeah, we had to revive you on the Flight for Life.
No.
Rough.
Man, did you guys watch the Patriots get killed?
In the second half, yeah.
Their defense got
throttled.
The first half was a pretty close game.
Couldn't tell if it was
the fumble, you know, the rook. I mean, his first carry in the NFL.
I know, that would suck, man.
Yeah.
But he came back. Didn't he get 2 touchdowns?
And 140 yards.
He crushed it.
Yeah. That was crazy.
What a great rookie.
But he never lost a fumble in college.
Right.
I know. He dropped one and picked it back up out of 800 and something.
Yeah.
And then the poor bastard, very first
one.
play. Hey, get it out of your system.
They put him back in.
God, you saw him too over on the sideline. He just looked like, what the hell just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the NFL, brother.
You're probably right. He won't do it again.
And he had it. It wasn't like he was reaching out, man. He just didn't have it good enough. Yeah, what are the odds of that, though? If there was a bet on that, will he fumble on his first play? It would be like 8 million to 1.
Yeah, at least.
You're right. You're probably right.
Damn it, I missed it.
And I was going to do it, too.
Yeah, I should have put money on that.
Oh, they paid big time if you bet them.
Chiefs were a good bet last night, though, because that was way out of whack.
Yeah.
By the time the game went
Well,
up, I
look
think it
at
was
Alex
10 points.
340 some yards.
Yeah, that's totally uncharacteristic of him.
No, it's like the second time in his career.
What's his face wasn't catching either. The tall guy,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, Gronkowski.
Gronkowski.
Man, he looked like shit
Yeah, but
yesterday.
that wasn't his fault. That defensive player that they had on him is
Well, he was, I'm sure he's
outstanding. Barry is good, and he came off that lymphoma.
He may be out for the year, though.
I know. I saw that at the end, but he still blanketed him all night.
It seemed to all fall apart literally right after he didn't get that second touchdown. Man, it hit the ground.
I was bowling during the first half. I saw it to halftime. It was still a close game. Went home, turned it on, and it was just like, man, it was all Chiefs from there out.
We were watching it at halftime and I thought final. I was like, what?
Man,
Runs
that
with the
was
ball.
so close at halftime. It's like, oh, Chiefs are down by 3. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, bunch of that, that runs.
Like New England was
Hey, it's Car Day. I'm Tom Martino. Of course, we'll discuss more than just car.
Say media with a purpose, your purpose. Let's help people. I am so sick and tired of media being used for, you know, slamming and preaching and pontificating and politicizing. We just help. And you can spread the word. Just tell them about it. And referralist.com, of course, the good guys. And the only list, the only one with recourse. The only one. The only one. 303-713-TALK is our number. We'll let you know when a line is open so you can get right through. We have some guests today. Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Autotech. Jesse Schillinger from Honest Accurate Auto in Colorado Springs. And Kevin is in metro area here. We have Nick. He's with Flexident. Nick Yutzi, he founded Flexident, Colorado. And I'll tell you what, he's got a great paintless dent repair system. And usually hail doesn't destroy paint, usually. Is that right, Nick? Usually?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I mean, just the size of it. Some of this stuff up in Golden was pretty big, and it did destroy some of the paint.
What happens if they have a mixture of damage? Some paintless, some not?
A lot of times, like, we'll replace the hood or something, but if there's, you know, cracked paint on a roof or a rail or something, pretty typical that we'll have to go to a body shop and have it painted.
Yeah. And then, can you handle, though, still handle the repair?
Yeah.
and then it's one deductible. You'll do all you can with the paintless dent repair.
Yep.
And send the rest out.
Yep. I mean, some of these that were just demolished at the mall, I've been turning them down because there's just so much body work.
Well, there's so many dings that it's not it's cost prohibitive, right?
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, when is it cost prohibitive? When you have to, like, how many dents per square inch or per square foot? How do you measure that? Like, how do you know it's just too much labor? Even though it's paintless dent repair and you massage that metal out, literally, when does it become cost ineffective?
Well, like on hoods especially, when you sit down and you got, 200, 300 dents on a hood.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's easier to replace.
Yep. And then same with roofs, some of these that are hit so hard, you just want to cut them off and replace them and have a body shop do them.
That's the good part. They'll tell you the truth on it. But we've had a number of people now coming into town with tents.
Yeah.
They're the vagabonds, the fly-by-nighters. Seriously, they come into town and set up a tent.
Yeah.
So if you have a repair problem and a warranty issue or whatever, where are you going to find the tent?
Yep, exactly. They're gone the next year. You got a problem. So.
And tents are for circuses, but the problem is, or Boy Scouts, the problem is there are no more circuses, right?
A lot of the problem is they come in and they just practice. They come out of a different state and they're beginners and they're practicing on your car.
Yeah. 303-713-TALK. Al, what's happening with you? Al?
Hi, Tom. Good morning.
What's going on, man?
I've got a couple of guys that came by on Labor Day and they wanted to buy my classic car.
What is it? What kind of car?
72 Porsche 911.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, I didn't do anything. I told them we'd have to meet at my bank, and the deal would only be in cash only so the bank could verify the bills. And I was just calling to ask
that's not a bad advice. I mean, if you go to your bank, you can do ACHs, you can do all kinds of stuff, but I like your idea of cash. There's no way you're going to get burned there.
Yeah, and I would assume that the bank would probably look at those bills to make sure they are not counterfeit.
Sure, they have a little scanner that can show the wire.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what my call was all about.
You want to know if you're doing the right thing? Of course you are. That's a great way to do it. What were they advising? How did they want to do it?
Well, he didn't really say anything. He did mention a certified check, and I said absolutely not.
Yeah, checks are just worthless.
Yeah,
even cashier's checks, they're just worthless. All of these scams have basically rendered cashier's checks worthless. Now, there is a way you can take a cashier's check. If you go to the bank it's drawn on with the customer and then convert it to a check to you. In other words, if they want to write a cashier's check, just go to that bank and convert it to cash.
Right, but these guys drove up in a pickup truck with Texas plates. I don't know about
Ooh,
yeah.
And they wanted to give you a certified check.
No, they really didn't.
Oh.
He kind of danced around the issue, and then I just said, no, this is a cash deal only.
Okay, good. So how much are you selling this? How many miles on this?
78,000.
For real, 78,000?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of shape is it in?
It's in pretty decent shape. The only problem is it hasn't run for about 7 years or so. I took the gas tank out of it. It's being cleaned. And they're willing to buy it the way it is right now, and that kind of makes me.
And how much did you say?
Around 25.
72. I never liked the 911, but a lot of people love it.
I just like the way it handles.
Yeah. Okay. And so this was actually a car that. How did it get unused? I mean, what happened to it?
Life began. Kids and so on and so forth. So it just sat on blocks in the garage.
Literally on blocks.
Yes.
Wow.
Jacked up.
All right. 303. I'm looking at some pictures now. They're not bad looking. They're not. I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't like that model. I like the slope nose with the whale rear and all that. I like that kind, but I don't know. Porsches in general just don't do it for me. I don't know. I mean, these Porsche lovers, they're either Porsche lovers or not. But it's a very, I don't know. It's a very weird kind of crowd that likes them. I mean, do you really consider them exotic? I don't. Do you?
Not really, no.
I mean, do you guys? Are they considered like exotic? They're not, right? They're not in the class of a Ferrari or Lamborghini.
No, what's the one the actor died in though? That car was bad. That's a badass car.
What do you mean?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. I mean, that was like a $500,000 or $1 million Porsche. That was a real deal.
Yeah, they're yeah. I just, like I said, they just never did it for me. Neither do Audis. they have some really fancy Audis, but there's just something about them that don't do it for me. I mean, I would take a decked out new Corvette before I took a Porsche. I don't know. I know there are people thinking I'm crazy when I say that, but
so what's Tom's car?
Well, I don't have one anymore. I used to have a Ferrari, you know, in the day when I could afford it. But I don't. But I had a Ferrari, and you can never. They're perfect. I mean, they're just beautiful, and it was unbelievable. But I got rid of it. So the thing is, though, those cars. The problem with a Ferrari, you can't drive them. If you know, I was approaching 1,500 miles. Well, no, 2,000 miles, and I had to get rid of it, and it's good that I did. I'm not into that anyway. It was a different time in my life, but the car I was always afraid to drive. I mean, what, you're going to take it to the movies and park it somewhere, and then you take it to a valet, and these guys, man, they, you know, I don't know. It's weird. It's the kind of thing that you're afraid to use, and you know. Unlike another car, if you had so much as a fender bender in this, it would destroy its value. It literally destroys its value. So I'm not into any of those. I just don't. I think the best value in a sports car is a Corvette because of that balance. I mean, of value and power and look and money. You start getting into the exotics, and it's crazy money. I mean, you. Well,
there's a whole lot less maintenance in a vet too than some of the exotics.
But it's truly crazy money. It is. Yeah. You can't. There's no way to really justify it. You just want to show off. That's the way I say it. Liz, what's going on with you, Liz? What's happening?
Hi. Good morning.
Hey. Oh, by the way, hold on one second, really quickly. Hold on. Hey, Al, are you still on there about selling your car, Al?
Yes.
Listen, do not let them take the plates with it ever. I got to tell you that. Make sure, and when you sign it over, you sign it, and never dummy up a bill of sale. It's for the real price. Do not play games like that, and never let them take the plate. They have to come with their own temp tag or whatever. Never let them take a plate. That could be tremendous liability on you. All right, go ahead, Liz. What's going on?
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's happening?
I am a teacher at Lakewood High School, and we were in the path of the hailstorm in May.
Yes.
And we had many vehicles damaged at our school, and a company came in, Denver Auto Hail Repair, offering to take care of all of us. And
I've never heard of group sales like that. They come to one location. Were they going to set up in the parking lot?
Yep, they set up a tent. They came out and looked at everybody's vehicles, and then they either determined whether or not they could help you. And so a large number of us took our vehicles over there, and I, for example, took my vehicle over there in June 5th to be exact, and I still don't have my vehicle back.
What do you mean you don't have it back?
Wow.
Wait, June? Is it there? Do you look at it when you go there? Is it in the circus tent or what? Where is it?
Well, they have a building.
Where is the building?
It's at 6th and Bryant, so there's a big flag. As you're going east on 6th Avenue, it's in that vicinity right there.
And but there's no excuse. I mean, how do they justify having your car? What do they say about it?
Well, that's where the problem lies, is that nobody seems to be able to get a really straight answer from them.
Well, let me just tell you something. They have terrible reviews. Well, they have some good ones too.
Pardon me, Tom.
Yeah,
Liz, weren't they offering to give the proceeds back to the school or something like that?
Well, they were offering to make a $100 donation, and we could pick, for each car that they took in, they were going to make a $100 donation to the group, the sport, the activity of our choice.
Have they done that?
Well, why don't we just call over there, find out. Did you call? Where do they say your car is?
Well, they say it's at the shop.
What do they say they're going to do?
They say it's waiting to be painted. So
you did not have paintless dent repair. You had paint damage.
A little bit of both. So I had some paintless that needed to be done, and they needed to replace the hood. So since about mid-July, they've been telling me, well, it should be painted by Friday. And so I did get a call.
No, they do have good reviews, Suzanne. I saw right away some bad ones, but they have mostly good. Let's just call them. I mean, have you ever heard of him, Nick? I've never heard of him. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I
So-
wonder how long they've been in Denver, though.
But, well, I don't know how long they've been in, but they have just 42 reviews online that we can see. It looks like it's pretty established as far as the staff. There's the photo. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this looks like somebody that just moved into town. If you look at this, you know, there's too many employees there and a building and all that. I'm not recommending. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't think they're the typical.
Pardon me, Tom?
Set up a tent, fly by night. Yeah.
Liz, are the other teachers that have their cars there, are they having the same issue as you, just length of time and getting the runaround?
Mostly the runaround. I sent out an email this morning, and so far I've gotten back 8 responses from teachers that are having...
Out here, my goodness, they should be able to crank that out. Let's just call them. Let's just call them. Now, how long have you been here, Nick?
Been about 17 years.
And then before that, you worked in the business where?
Yep, I owned my own body shop, did a lot of custom painting, show cars.
Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We'll talk more about this hail repair. We'll call the shop. We also have, Heather says a dent repair company forged a check. Wow. And then Fernando wants to talk about a tranny shop. And then Judy has a problem with Frank Azar, the strong arm, all coming up.
This report is brought to you by Way to Go.
The highway drive around the metro area freeway system is in pretty good shape now. Looks like that earlier problem on C-47.
It is starting to improve eastbound between Broadway and Colorado. I-25 up to speed for the most part through town. A little bit of slowing south of the
You want to have your call and check successful customer service.
a little bit of delay on the eastbound side of I-270 on the
Yeah, but there's some really good body shops right now that are running so
Yeah. But communication is key. If you're saying communication with them, I mean, my gosh, I know it's not fun, but if you call them once a week just to let them know what the heck's going on.
Line 1 is not part of the teacher group, and he's having a problem with the same hail company, Denver Auto Hail Repair.
Oh, there you go.
So I want to take him before I give these guys a call.
I don't agree. All I'm going to say is let's give them a call. So what I'm saying is why don't we just call them and tell them we have a problem with this teacher here, and we have another guy on the line holding.
Okay.
I wouldn't wait, because then here's what it's going to be. It'll be another problem, and then I'll say, Suzanne, did you call him? And you'll say,
But you'll take him, right?
yeah, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now.
Responding to all of them?
Yeah.
Just what? Say it again?
The owner's responding to the negative stuff.
Oh, good. You mean online?
Yeah.
Does it say the owner's name?
Not that I can see anywhere. Jamie? No, Jamie was the customer.
Jamie.
Boy, there's a bunch of them in a row there, wasn't there? Dealing with the disorganization of this office is very inconvenient.
Since June.
Yeah, see, I needed to hear. The only reason I had a Ferrari,
Yeah.
the only reason is I bought it as a birthday gift for my wife, and I would have died before I let her have it when we were divorced. So that's why I took it.
But is that your sports car? Like, is that what you like, or what's your favorite?
I love Corvettes. Yeah. I love the Ferrari, but I wouldn't buy one. I mean, I did buy one, but I wouldn't buy one for myself.
Sure.
I was on another planet then, trying to make people happy. But
I understand.
That car, I just was hell bent on taking it because there was no way I was going to leave that. But once I took it, I was afraid to drive it. I used it a little. So, and I couldn't sell it in Denver because I could, but there's only one wholesaler. There's only one. Everywhere I went, they would only call one place, and that's Bill Stewart's place over there, Denver Ferrari. But then he has Bentley and all that. That's the only place they would call, Ferrari at Denver. So no matter where you went, there's only one place to call. So I instead, when we were, I didn't think of this. Stephanie did. We were in California, And she said, let's go to this big Mercedes place and tell them what you have. Because with
That's a huge
with a
dealership,
Ferrari, it's the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had the, when you give them a VIN number with a Ferrari, it's like a fingerprint. I mean, you don't have to show them anything. They know, because every dealer will record what it is. They'll put down if there's a little tiny scratch or whatever. So it came up as perfect 10 with the VIN, and they knew who had serviced it, and Fletcher Jones was. So they said, what do you want? I said, I just need to get rid of it. So we wanted to get a new car for Stephanie. But the cash difference, they would have given me a check plus a new Mercedes. But instead of that cash, they said, if you want a car, you'll get way more, because they can hide that. Right? So I was able to get 2 new Mercedes, 2 brand new Mercedes, like kick-ass. Well, hers is beautiful. It's a little sport model, but mine is the big S55. And they sent a trailer, dropped the Mercedes, picked up the Ferrari, sight unseen. Wow. And we did it all, no sales tax, nothing, because it was straight across. 2 brand new cars.
Wow.
Great deal.
So I could have never done that in Denver. I could have never gotten the money. And if I only got 1 Mercedes, I didn't even need a car, because I have the Rollies, the Traverse. But I could have if they gave me that cash check, it would have been, I forget what it was, 85 or 90 with the car. But when they gave, what the car they got was 130. Right. So, and it wasn't really 130, but because they got rid of the unit, I was able to get a better deal. That's the only reason I have that car, and I never drive that one. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. You know, we did have an interesting conversation off air. What would be your dream car? I don't think I have one. I really don't. I love Bentleys. If I wanted to pick a car and you didn't care about practicality, I love Bentleys. I just love the way they look. I love the convertible Bentleys, but or that, like that. As far as a dream car, just to admire. I love Rolls Royce. That new slick-looking one. God, is that good-looking.
How about the Bugattis?
I don't like them that much. No.
Oh, man, they got one that's got like a dual V10.
I just don't like them. I don't know. What would be yours, Nick?
My Z28 Camaro.
Really? That's simple taste. What about you?
I'm more a resto mod, taking an older car, making it modern. Like an old Chevelle or an old GTO or something like that.
If I had to pick an older car, I love those little 2-seater Thunderbirds.
Oh, yeah.
And then I love the old Corvettes. Corvettes are just all around, just such a great car. And so, Jesse, what's your dream car?
I'm a 1949 50 Mark guy.
Really?
Chop it, slam
Mark,
it.
do you have any that you would... I don't see you as a car guy that you really care.
Hyundai!
No, I know. You're a lot like I am. Cars for you are transportation. And I really know that about you. You don't really get turned on by cars at all. Okay, so we have another guy calling about Denver Auto Hail Repair. Now, Devin?
Yes.
Did you hear Liz? You're not with the Lakewood High School, though, right?
No, I was actually, this is so deep, I actually got off the phone with an attorney, and he said either call 9 News or you or somebody.
Yeah. Tell me what is your problem, though?
So here's the issue. The storm happened May 8th, as everybody knows. Took my car in May 10th. They still have it. And on
oh, my gosh!
If you go on the Google reviews, all those pictures under my name is there. They've done significant damage to the interior and exterior.
Really? Now, they got good reviews online, and, we were told Kevin was looking on the reviews, and he said the owner even took time to respond to some negative reviews, right, Kevin?
Yeah, he seems to be trying to keep up with that, but they're all the same... no communication.
So, I'd never heard of these guys ever, and now today I get 2 complaints, and the complaints are about delays. So hold on a sec, because we have someone who identifies himself, or did we call them? We called them. So it is. It's Joel, the GM. We really appreciate him coming on. So let's talk to Joel. Oh, I disconnected Devin by mistake. Devin, I'm sorry if you're listening. I forgot to put you on hold. Joel is the CEO of Denver Auto Hail Repair. Joel?
Yes.
Hi, sir. So how long have you guys been in Denver?
We've been in Denver since July of 2015. We're a year-round facility.
Okay, so you've been here just a few years, but you look pretty darn big. I mean, is that your staff on that website photo? Is that really how big your staff is?
Yes. yes.
Okay, so are you having problems keeping up with your demand?
You know, in the past, like last year, there were 6 catastrophic hailstorms in Denver Metro, and we were able to expand and contract based on demand. This year, and we thought, hey, and we took great pride in that. This year was a little bit different. It was on that May 8th hailstorm was Denver's biggest hailstorm in history. And because of that hailstorm, we were unable to get a sufficient number of body shops to help us. And so, yes, we took on more cars than we could handle. We do guarantee 100% satisfaction on
and let me make this
work.
Let me make this straight. Are you paying for loaners?
We pay for the loaners of these vehicles. So any delays, it hurts us.
Wait a minute, Devin, are they paying for your car?
The rental, yeah, but
well, man, I mean, but Devin, I understand that, but that is a big deal. I mean, to me, I mean, they've been paying for your rental since May.
It's due to their delay.
Well, I know that, but still, I mean, it just seems incredibly weird to me that they're paying that much money out. If you multiply you by now, I didn't know, but let me ask Liz. Liz, are they paying for your rental?
They are.
Wow! I think you should have mentioned it, by the way, Liz.
Well, you see, so most body shops, you know, you can't get in for a good 6 months to a year.
Well, yeah, for body shops. Are you a full body shop, or are you a paintless repair?
We're both. We have 3 facilities actually right now. We have we're paintless dent repair, and then we also have our own body shop.
So, Joel, I appreciate you coming on, but I really, the reason you're on is because we have 2 complaints right now. What are you doing? I mean, what about, let's take Devin's car. And Devin, did you say this picture on the website is your car?
Correct, and they barely acquired that body shop, by the way, just after the storm. They had to do an overhaul on staffing and get quality control.
But what is this? Why would, this is what I don't understand. This picture of the interior damage of your car, is that what you're talking about, Devin?
Correct.
Why is that posted on their website?
On their review?
Wait, is that a review?
It's on the review.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was their website. It's on a review.
No, it's a review.
Okay, got it, because it comes up on their. It comes up when I brought up their website. So, Joel? Do you know about the damage Devin had to his car?
Yes, we do know about that damage. We have that vehicle in our shop. We let the R&I tech that had worked on that vehicle and that damaged that vehicle, we let him go. He is no longer with the company. And we are repairing the interior damage.
I think the big thing is the time frame. When is it going to be done and repaired?
When it, like Liz's car, do you know about Liz personally? Do you recognize her name from the Lakewood High School?
Yes, I do recognize.
Well, when are these cars going to get done, I guess? I mean, what are you still taking in new cars?
We're not taking in body shop cars.
Okay.
At the moment. And we are getting these vehicles out as quick as we possibly can. We've hired additional techs, we've hired additional office staff, we've hired a service manager to improve the communication.
You know, it sounds like the guy's trying. I mean, it does sound like he's trying.
Well, he's on the air not getting excited. I mean, he's addressing every concern.
And he's paying for a rental car while these things are stuck.
That is what I find so incredible. I mean, how many rental cars do you have out there, Joel?
Oh, I just got off the phone with Enterprise this morning. We've got well over 100 rental cars.
No, you don't. You have 100 rental cars out. How many locations do you have?
We've had 3 locations.
Are you just really, Joel, and I mean this seriously, are you growing too fast? Did you grow too fast? Are you trying to do too much? I mean, really, this could implode? Do you think with 100 rental cars?
No, this won't implode. Our body shop is now running at capacity, and we're
well, I guess it would be, yeah. How many cars do you actually have in queue right now for all 3 places?
Just off the top of my head, close to about 120.
Okay, 120. Holy crap. And so when do you feel these cars will be, like the ones that went in May and June, I mean, when will they be done?
The vast majority of the May vehicles and most of the June vehicles are completed. But there are a few that are that require extensive work.
Okay, I want to ask you something, Joel.
Sure.
Isn't it basically kind of weird that you would take in a car knowing that you're maybe 2 or 3 months out? Have you? I know you're not taking any more in, but like when you go to a place, do you let them know the expectation? Do you say it could be 2 months?
Yeah, we do now. Initially in May and in early June, we didn't. We thought, because we bought the body shop, but and we were establishing additional.
And before the body shop, what did you have? Just tents, or did you set up at locations, or how did you work?
We established contracts with other body shops in town.
Are you local?
Yes, we are local.
You personally, what's your background? Are you a body man?
No, I'm actually an educator. And that's kind of why we.
So you were a teacher or a principal or what? What were you?
I was a teacher and a school administrator.
And you decided. When did you decide to get into this business? Right after the big storm in 15, basically.
In January of 2015, a close friend of mine invited me to become his business partner. Did
you invest, or did you just put in sweat equity?
Both.
Okay, so your partner and you run this place. It's just a weird story how big and fast you've grown, and I'm wondering if it was too fast or if it was a little uncontrolled.
You know, they're spending. If my calculations are close, this guy's dropping about $80,000 a month on rental cars.
No. What?
For 100 cars? Sure. 100 cars a day at 25.
But that can't. He can't. You can't.
17,500 a week.
You can't sustain that.
We have a special rate with Enterprise.
Well, I would imagine you do, for goodness sakes, but still, your bill's got to be tremendous, Joel. At some point, isn't it diminishing returns? In other words, to have to have a car in queue.
Absolutely. And our goal is, to provide the best professional and most ethical service.
I actually hear that, Joel. I don't think you're a scammer. I actually hear that. I'm not afraid of you taking people's money and running away. I'm afraid of you guys imploding.
We won't implode. We won't implode.
You have enough money behind you then to get through this.
Yes.
They just got to get caught up, and then next time there's a big hailstorm, I bet they handle it a little differently.
Oh, we have learned so much.
My God.
I actually like the guy. I feel bad for the callers. Generally, I'm on the other side here.
I know
but
you are.
The fact that he's renting the car from, even from Enterprise, these aren't, jalopies they're renting. God, I don't know what you do.
Have you thought, Joel, about outsourcing some of this repair? Or having people come in and do them, like, you know what I mean, like other businesses.
It's weird, though. Everybody's booked.
Everybody's booked?
Yeah.
I think, Mark, we ought to get in the business, except there's no techs. That's your problem, too. You can't hire enough people, can you?
That initially, especially in the body shop industry right now. To get quality painters, to get quality body men, quality preppers, even the $12 and $13 and $15 an hour jobs in that industry.
All right,
is huge shortage.
So here's what I'm going to say, Joel. I'd love to take your contact information because I know once we started talking about this, we'll probably get a few other calls. Suzanne, get his number. I do appreciate you coming on. We have a lot more to talk about.
I don't know what you say about this.
Even if he gets $20 a day, still $60,000 a week.
A month.
This is a bad
week.
$60,000 a month.
I'm afraid. How can you say? He's operating on a negative, and he's not Amazon.
Right. That's crazy.
How do you do it?
There's no figure the number. He's only paying $25, $30 a day.
At the end of the day, that enterprise bill is going to be on that guy's bill when he gets it. It may not be an enterprise, but it's going to be.
100 times, even $20, $3,000. Okay, that's $2,000 a day on just $20 a day.
Yeah. Yes.
And he ain't paying $20 a day.
Yeah, I don't care how good a deal you get.
You're not paying $25 a day is like huge insurance companies get.
Okay, so let's say
I don't know about
let's
body
just
work,
do that
but
times
even
25.
an auto
That's
mechanic
$2,500 a day
$25
times
or $30 a decent
And
mechanic.
these are starters, and these are
That's 70. You're right, Bob. 75 grand a month.
And he knows it. You heard him go, we've learned a lot.
I almost asked him if he was going to go bankrupt in the body. Hey, Nick,
But you're not making that money on the car.
shop business. What did you
Well,
say?
I think paintless debt
Wouldn't you just say,
repair.
come and get your car?
What are you, $12 to $50 an hour?
I think remember wrong.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I bet he pays most of these people $20 an hour.
He's not paying, he's not making $100 a day on those cars sitting there, so there's a point at which that repair is free.
Yeah.
Or less than free.
In other words, you'd be better off calling it and saying, take your car.
Less than free.
Right, unless he took money up front. He didn't take money
Well,
up front.
most of them have insurance, so there is no money up front.
But they got to fight with an insurance company to get that money.
They'll get some rental, but they'll cap them.
Some
at
of
30 or
some of it
45.
too, though, is waiting for the insurance
You're going
company.
to pay for 6 months of a rental. No way.
Unless they do a little
Yeah, but
funny
when you
thing
turn in
and
a
get rentals.
supplement with the insurance company, they usually get a check out pretty quick anytime you have a supplement.
Yeah, but I know, like, my
So
policy
they're
will cover me for about 45 days.
You can pay direct.
Right.
That's it.
No
Well,
work.
right, but if I'm dealing with, because we work with guys that have like, say you hit a curve in your body, mechanical, we do mechanical, and I've got a guy on his body, so we work.
Now, you always have to get a supplement.
If we write up a supplement, they send that check to me, so we can get the thing.
Can horses
So that guy's
swim?
sitting on that money. He's getting
No
that
shit,
money
just
for
like a
Friday.
dog. Doggy
Yeah,
pattern.
but their body gives them the points.
I don't know.
But they swim.
Yeah, their hooves don't make a lot of quick motion, but they have buoyancy.
They can move.
As busy as you are,
Yeah, not
quick.
quick.
I could back it up.
I've been on my.
Well, I saw a bunch of them
I
in,
crossed the river on my
At
horse.
some point,
like,
I'm the same
yes,
way.
he's
I
all
call
the
my
way
customers
under?
all the
Well,
time.
it was
If
holding me up.
I've had your car,
And it wasn't,
It's not
you
done.
know, and it
I
was
shut
only a
my
very
schedule
short,
off. All of
it's
that
mostly
fixed, caught
walking,
up,
and
and out the
then he
door.
got deep,
It
and then he
doesn't
had to
make
do
sense to
this
me.
little, and then got to his point.
you know there was livestock that drowned in
I
Texas.
can't handle
They had
paying
to.
for those parts on the car that was in there a week and they fixed. You know, I can
I wonder if a cow could fucking.
Well, even if they can work, how long?
Well, that's true. Yeah, still swimming around.
Well, yeah.
Don't you watch the westerns and stuff where they put the cows across the river?
I'm not as old as you.
Yeah, absolutely. You watch the old shows.
I never watched Bonanza.
You know, I'm not even
kidding.
He grew up on the farm.
He's got a bit more than watch the
You watch the,
I know all about Little House on the Prairie, right?
Because if he's paying hourly employees,
I'm not
if he's
that
paying
old.
this, and this, he's got payroll.
Good.
So, Mark,
What's going out on these cars?
I want to have a project board for you and I to keep track of everything we're doing. I mean, everything.
Yeah, I know.
Just so, like the landing page and stuff.
So Nick, can be your
What do you
necklace
suggest?
guy
We use that
information?
whiteboard in the conference room, basically, or
Yeah,
just
you're
buy
right.
something over near
People
us.
are better
I
than
really
others,
want
right?
something so I can check it
Oh,
off.
yeah,
My brother-in-law does it.
Or we can just do a
Yeah.
we do a master list on a doc, and you and I truly use it. Just you and I. No one else has to be in on it. Just
That's why I say
everything
they're
that we
easy.
have going on right now, progress reports, just every now and then.
We've got a shitload of shit.
Well, the other part of the problem is you get a guy
Now-
who's good enough, he'll go buy it.
Screaming deals
put it on the
Thursday.
floor.
I've got everything lined up.
Yeah,
He came through with a pretty good one. They're, yeah, see, they're weird though, because this stuff's weird. It's got to be the right
What does he
person.
have?
Pedestal sinks,
Right.
$35.
Oh my God, that is incredible. Juno Mark, they cost $180.
Oh, I know. I bought them, and they cost way more than that if you get it.
Okay, that's gonna be.
And then
that'll be
we've got.
unbelievable.
Then I've got a auto springs, auto here, and it would be nice to get one more outside of those two things. I don't know what else.
A few thousand.
But I'm going to have it built ready to launch, like I told you,
Unless you're
Thursday.
a mechanic.
100,000.
My top drawer was $2,000. You know.
I got a box sitting in the back that's $80,000.
So what are these guys?
You think a pig can swim?
Huh?
Well, when they retire.
Like I said, they can all probably swim.
How about a chicken?
But for how long?
You think a chicken can swim?
You're going to work on crap when you're older. And
You were on the farm. Can a chicken swim?
Chicken.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope you never need. I'll tell you what, if you have any notion of drinking and driving, it'll ruin your life. Even if you think you can calculate what drunk is, or high, you can, even with marijuana. Joseph A. Lazaro, by the way, will get you not out of trouble necessarily. What he does is defends you and gets you through the system. Now, he is good at what he does, and no matter what, you need a defense attorney when it comes to DUIs and when it comes to marijuana offenses, driving under the influence. Joseph A. Lazaro, he never encourages, of course, being high and driving, but no matter what, you need an attorney when you get popped. And I encourage you to use designated drivers or public transportation or Uber or Lyft. But here's Joe's number, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200, LazaroLegal.com. He's on my referral list at referralist.com. Fernando, what's going on in your life? I'm going to get to all of your calls. I promise you. Judy, I know you held, and you will get on. Fernando, what's happening?
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
What's happening with you, man?
Oh, I'm really stressed out about my transmission situation.
Tell me how it started. What is? Did you have something wrong and you brought it into a tranny shop?
It just got stuck in fourth gear one day going home, and I took it to this
Where'd you
shop.
take it?
It's called A Better Choice Automotive.
What is it called? Bear?
A Better
Oh, A Better Choice. Okay.
Automotive.
Uh-huh.
When you call, their answering machine says Intermountain Transmission. They have a transmission hanging outside of their building. I took it to them, and they replaced a solenoid pack, pressure switch, valve body, and about a week later it broke down and left.
Okay, so did they call that a rebuild? What did they call that when they did it?
No, they just they were specific on the parts that they replaced.
Okay, and how much did they charge you?
That was $1,800.
Okay, I got the invoice here now. Okay, so $1,800. Did they? So what is the bottom line here? It broke down again, and was it something they did, or was it additional damage?
I don't know. I'm all out of money now.
All right, so did you take it back there, obviously, to A Better Choice Automotive LLC on 45th Avenue in Wheat Ridge? Did you take it back to them?
No, it's on 7761 York Street.
Okay, but when it broke down, where did you go?
Where did I go? I took it back to A Better Choice.
Okay, and what did they do?
And this time they said it was the clutches.
So they said it's not the work we did. You have more problems.
Yeah.
How many miles on this vehicle?
150,000.
It's possible you have more problems, right?
Well, now they're telling me they don't want to touch it.
It could be that they don't want to be blamed for stuff.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what they say. They don't want to touch it. Why?
They're blaming it on the catalytic converters now.
What?
That they're shot and they're
wait, Jesse.
What kind of car is this?
Kevin, what? It's a go ahead.
Dodge Ram 1500.
Okay.
And what was the symptom?
How can a cat converter? How can that present as a transmission?
It can affect some of the performance, but not to that extent. I don't see that. But
so listen, Fernando, where is it right now? You said on York Street. Is it at another shop?
No, it's actually parked at my house.
Well, what we really need to do is just find out what's wrong with it. Here's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. If A Better Choice Automotive did the repairs they said, but it simply was a lost cause because you have a bad unit, I mean, it's not their fault. It's just you threw good money after bad. If they did what they said they did. Now that's what you have to do. You have to verify, did they do what they said? And are the additional problems their problem? Guys, you run across this all the time.
I would never do that much repair to a 150,000 mile transmission.
Well, what do you mean that much repair? It's
well, 1,800 is more than halfway to a rebuild.
Wait, hold on. I thought it was 900.
I thought he said 1,800.
He did, but it says 900 on here. Which is it?
There's two invoices. For the first repair, 1,800 was for the valve body, pressure switch, solenoid pack, and replacing the fluid and filter.
That was 18.
That's way too.
And then what?
And then it broke down again, and I took it back, and they told me it was the clutches, so they replaced all the.
Wait. So you had them do all the clutches, and that cost you 900?
Yes.
So you actually spent more. Wait.
And then I had it towed over there for my job.
Wait, bro. You didn't spend. You're not telling me you spent $2,700 on this, did you? You could have had the whole transmission rebuilt.
Yes.
Did you spend $2,700 on this Dodge Ram?
On their last invoice, it says rebuilt transmission.
It does.
Yes.
Wait. So That was the $920 one. Did they rebuild your transmission?
I don't know what they did. I'm actually gonna.
Okay, we need to investigate this.
Yeah, we've got to get it to the shop.
There's got to be a warranty of some
We got to
type.
get this checked out. Can SOS on a portable basis, can they tell if a transmission's been rebuilt, Mark? Do you know?
He's pretty sharp.
Is Norris? Norris is pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Let's get Norris on the phone, Suzanne, and see what he says about this, what he can do. Maybe we can send him over to Fernando to look at this and give us a report. Hold on a second, bro. You got a real problem here, a big problem. But we'll try to help you. And Judy, yes, I will take you as well. Promise. I'm not gonna delay. Listen, on a serious note, I represent a rehabilitation or a treatment center for addicts. It's called the Raleigh House. The reason Mark and I took this on, we went to visit them, and they truly wanted to let people know how to approach addicts and how to get them into treatment. So we set up this special line that they will talk to you. Now, even if you don't go to Raleigh House, if you want to know how to approach the addict in your life, everyone knows an addict. Now, you may not be really close to one, but if you have a brother or sister, an aunt, uncle, mother, father, whatever it is, even if you're an addict and you call this number, they will help you. They will answer all of your questions. All of the basic questions you have, this is the line to call. TheRaleighHouse.com. They have a treatment center that's holistic with medical, behavioral, and they include family and friends and counseling. It's a great deal. Here is the number, and they can give you tips on approaching addicts in your life. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
Can we see those? I want to know what the truck's doing right now. Like,
yeah,
because he went sitting there and they said it was a cat. But is it not driving? Is it not shifting? What exactly is it doing?
Yeah, let's ask him that.
I thought that from the beginning they said
She wrote on it.
Yeah, it's going to be
Crazy.
crazy.
The labor, where's
See, this is going to affect cars, even in Florida.
And boats.
Yeah, but boats, you don't need to get around it.
Of course you do. What are you going to do? Drive a car?
Well, I'm saying, the boat,
My God, man.
There's no bend. There's no
You can't drive a car in that.
Not well played.
Cars go float.
Not well played.
Cars go float.
So what I'm saying is the cars could be, they're going to be junk. Those cars are going to be junk.
Now they refuse to warranty it.
Damn it, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Cars don't float.
See, this is his initial signature when he went to the
Volkswagen
shop.
did.
Oh, they had the one that did. You could drive right into the water.
But look, there's nothing. No, here, make my
What was the saying?
We should go open up a dealership.
What was that saying? Oh, what was that saying? Who was the guy?
No estimate.
Ted Kennedy would have been president.
Yeah,
Volkswagen.
Oh, because of Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. They know, apparently they said they had that advertising and they forced them to take it off.
Labor 900.
Look at this shit, man. It's going to be a Category 4 uphill, basically the end of Florida. It goes from 4 to 1.
So this must have been Carson.
Look at this thing.
It's fucking amazing.
So where's it right now?
But where's the other imports?
Is Florida getting rain right now? The Keys getting rain?
We don't have enough information. That's
those new pictures we have of
just think what Cuba.
Hurricanes are unbelievable.
Freaking Cuba's been flattened.
How do they get people to do this? You know how hard it is sometimes.
Someone came out.
You know how hard it is for me to get a customer to sign an agreement for $50 for me to let it. Now, $50. What do you do for $50? Just to look at my car, $50?
Yeah.
My gosh, these guys are signing blank invoices.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Maybe we're dealing with the wrong customer.
Hurricanes are nature's raging from.
But you know, they may have catalytic converter issues too. I mean, I don't know what the car's
We don't know
doing.
what the truck's doing, right? He went into the story. It's like, okay, is it running, not running? Is it shifting, not shifting?
If media would have been on Trump,
originally it's stuck in
on anybody else like on Trump, they would have collapsed. There's not a person out there
that they rebuilt the whole transmission. So
Bush had pretty good skin, man.
Work on it.
Well, he
They made fun of him all the time.
But he ignored it. But they did not nearly what they did. And they don't tell lies like that.
Go through half of it one time and it comes back.
And even if Tom still thinks Hillary would have been better.
Absolutely. We did 3 of them on
I know. It's weird. He does. He loves him.
2 $1,500s and a 3,500.
I'd much rather than walk out.
He met her on the tarmac,
and try to make something.
and they both got on the plane in the reverse order.
Talking about their grandchildren and golf.
No, we're the same way. I'd rather lose a sale than go through something like that.
Oh, geez. Well, then you're talking about the
No, the transmission. Trying to do half repairs on a 150, 160,000 mile unit. It's like there's no reason.
Are we going to talk about all the flooded cars, Tom, today, if no one calls in on that?
What's that, sir?
All the flooded cars and stuff that are going to be
Oh,
circulating
that's
in the
something
country?
we're going to talk about a lot.
Okay, good.
A lot.
Because we've
Because
had a lot
that will happen for years.
It's
and years.
coming. It is. Yeah.
And how do you recognize them? And
That's the problem, man. Some of them you can't recognize.
I did the worst pre-purchase of my life with a 2016 CRV.
Was it a flood car?
6,000 miles on it. That thing was rusted through the whole car. We brought it in, put it on the lift, didn't even have to look at it. Brought the guy back, showed him, pulled the carpet up. Every bolt was just...
How much did they want for it?
They probably wanted all the money. They weren't.
Yeah, it was a 2016. They offered it as a one owner, old lady, low mileage is what the thing said on the
They
window.
just neglected to say she parked it in the swimming pool.
You got it.
where was it from? Did you track it down where it was from?
Yeah, it was, what's the big one? CarMax.
No, it was Louisiana.
Oh, I don't know. We didn't do all that. We just got into, we put it on the rack and found out it was, that's as far as
Can
we
you
go.
look at the VIN and track it?
Oh, you mean where it was first registered?
Right.
Yeah, but the wholesalers can clean them. You know, the bins will come back.
Oh.
I want to remind you that Plumline Services is doing free service calls for people who are victims of what's the name of this place? Plumline is doing this because the Attorney General shut them down. I'm getting the name right now because they want to let people know. Okay, it's Mile High Heating. If you had Mile High Heating do a job for you like a furnace or an AC or something or a water heater, there's a good chance they didn't do the proper work or pull permits or it's not safe. Plumline, if you show them an invoice, they'll go out free of charge and check the entire system out and make sure it's safe, okay? And then they'll give you a full written report. Now, if you just want to get your plumbing and heating system checked, of course, there is no better company than Plumline. I've known Jeff Belk and his team. I know Jeff when he started, and I've been with him for, over 25 years. And I can truly attest to their professionalism and they set scheduled appointments, 100% guaranteed satisfaction. All prices are quoted up front. And right now you can get your system checked out, both heating and air, for just $59. That's 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. Okay, so Fernando, we're working on your problem, but really quickly, okay, because we're trying to get a hold of one of our guys, mobile guys. I'm hoping you can hold. Judy, you have a problem with Frank Azar, you say, the strong arm. Now, what's the problem? He is a personal injury attorney. What's the problem?
I have been trying to get, my problem is I'm supposed to be getting maintenance since I was signed off in March.
Now, what do you mean you're supposed to get maintenance, dear? What do you mean?
Maintenance on my back done. I'm supposed to get physical therapy done.
Okay. Now he handled, I take it, your personal injury case, right?
Yes.
Okay. And in this personal injury case, when did the injury occur? I just need some basics.
Okay, September 22nd, or I'm sorry, September 29th last year.
Of 16. And then did he settle?
No.
The case is still open?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't go to court and you haven't settled?
No.
Okay, but in the meantime, you were supposed to get something. Was this negotiated?
Well, on my sign-off on the 29th of March, I was supposed to...
What do you mean a sign-off? What do you mean by a sign-off?
The doctor signed me off after 16 weeks of therapy.
Who's paying for all these medical bills right now?
Merrick paid for...
Who?
Merrick, they're called. I guess Frank Azar goes through them.
Okay, so wait. You had a lien put on your lawsuit. That's what you're financing this. You don't have health insurance?
I did not at the time, no.
Okay, so Merrick is literally fronting the bill for a piece of the case, right?
Yes.
Okay, and this is called, this is called a lien on the case. I don't normally recommend it because it's very expensive financing, but it's not illegal, it's not even unethical. I mean, sometimes it's the only thing people can do. So Merrick is fronting the bills, and where does the problem come in?
The problem comes in after 2 lawyers later. I still, they just keep putting me off.
Who keeps putting you off, dear? Who?
Well, the first lawyer...
You're talking about with Azar's office?
Yeah, the first lawyer I dealt with, you know, he was like, I don't know, I never heard from him.
I guess what I mean is, what do you mean by putting you off? This case is still open, and you're getting physical therapy, right?
No, I'm not. I haven't got any physical therapy, and my back is not.
Well, you had
well.
16 weeks of treatment, you said.
Yes, and then I had to just stop. I had no money to go get.
But and Merrick wouldn't front any more money?
I don't know. They just.
Okay. So is that why you're calling? Because you need more therapy?
No, I'm calling to see how long it usually takes.
Okay, a personal injury case can take 3 to 4 years in some cases.
Oh, okay.
In some cases, not most of the time. So really, the case, if it's simple, could be settled within 3 to 6 months. If it's a complicated case, it could be longer. Did Azar's office indicate to you that they are going to take this to court?
No.
What did they say they're going to do?
Well, they were supposed to get paperwork that I've been waiting on for months that they still didn't get.
So listen, I'm not sticking up for Azar. I personally, I don't like his I don't like his approach. I don't like his settlements. I don't like the way he does things, but he's not stupid. And I think that he's going to have all his bases covered when we call him. But we have to get permission from you. It's complicated. Suzanne will tell you what we need to do in order to talk to him for you. Fernando, we're going to get your car checked out. Hang on. We got more coming up.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show for...
And I'll say
long,
the same thing.
Kept it for a month for warranty. There's another one here that said they needed new catalytic converters because the training
Listen,
wouldn't work. This one's fine.
Did you get a hold of Norris?
Better choice.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan. Can you call Norris and ask him if he can, how much can he do when the thing is just sitting there? We want to know if the transmission's been rebuilt and stuff.
That's his common MO.
I'm gonna buy a bunch if I can get it with Suzanne.
This one needs catalytic converters too, huh?
Yeah.
Guys up for lunch, pizza or sandwich? You want sandwiches?
I like those sandwiches. We haven't had them for a while.
Mark, what would you prefer?
I'm good.
Like,
No, yeah, seriously, I don't want anything.
But the unwich, you know that.
I know, I'm good. Seriously. Love the unwich.
What do you guys have? Do you have a preference, though? Let's see what you get here.
Yeah, unwich is good.
You don't eat breakfast. How do you do it?
Unwich.
How do you do it?
What do you mean?
You don't eat breakfast.
Yeah,
You go all the way through.
my body.
Well, that's why he's the way he is.
Fox News.
See, that explains a lot of that, you know.
This is a storm.
The unstable, you know.
Video message about Hurricane Irma.
See, that's it.
Well, then I don't know what explains Tom.
What's Norris's comment?
The National Hurricane Center.
We're
expecting the core of a major
The
hurricane.
transmission for the...
No, what is this, SOS?
Early Sunday, and that's going to bring potentially catastrophic.
I'm amazed what he can do.
What do you think SOS stands for?
Goes and how
Save
hard
our
things
ship.
should be more clear tomorrow. The guns arrested. Nobody's hurt at a high school in Columbus, Ohio.
No, SOS is just a distress signal.
Yeah, but what's it stand for?
3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots.
Sauce.
Sauce?
SOS, sauce.
At least calming down long
Long way to spell
to take them down.
It all started
That
back.
sounds fine lunch. What do you guys want from Jimmy John's?
We report.
I'm an Italian unwich.
An Italian nightclub
Yep,
or an
that's same
Italian?
one. That's same
Oh
one.
my God, that is
Those
a
are good.
hilarious name. Okay.
Well, that says to highly qualified candidates fast.
What about
You
you,
don't
Dan?
want to sign a long-term
Oh,
contract.
3?
Upfront fees.
Might as well just stay with the theme, right?
You want an unwich?
6 times
No
more
onions,
hires than any
Oh, no
other job
onions, but
site.
an unwich is a lettuce instead of bread.
And he is offering
Mark?
new users a $50
Nothing?
credit to get
Give
their
him one,
job
all
plus
of it.
premium.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll take one to go.
That's Indeed.com.
So three.
Thank you.
Can you switch me over?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sure.
One with no onions if it has onions.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But you understand there's no
We're
bread.
good, we're good.
Gotta wrap it in lettuce.
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
United States, we decided to try to
Cut the carbs out.
I can't do bread anymore.
I'm exactly like that, Kevin. Seriously. And I think bread, if you drop weight, you cut out white bread.
Same with pasta.
donation and change a life.
Pasta, rice, bread, it's all fucking the devil's work.
You say that because you love it.
But growing up on the East Coast, everything's bread. I mean, you
Love
didn't
bread.
but you didn't eat
Hoagies, cheesesteaks, pizza
everything
pie.
you ate was between two pieces of some kind of bread, or on top of pizza.
Warm bread.
Give me a hoagie.
A certified mechanics hotline and more. Hum by
I used to go to the store every day to get a loaf of bread.
Like the French bread. Warm.
Yep.
Is that where you're from, up on the East Coast?
Yep. Long Island.
Other websites.
Never been.
You have no accent.
It's a great place to be from.
I have never been on the East Coast. I've been everywhere west of the Mississippi.
Mark, yeah, Amazon.
What's Amazon's value at right now? Do you
Per share or the value of it?
per share?
It's about 1,000. Probably 980.
But you're thinking for a long term, just to let it sit.
I think 3 years, Amazon's well over 2,000.
Even though they've only made money 2 quarters, where is their value coming from? Seriously, if they
Well, they're making money hand over fist now, or at least most quarters.
Oh, they really are. Oh, okay. But how do you do that for 10 or 15 years, lose money, and still keep raising value?
Because they're long-term looking. They had enough money in their rounds to keep it going.
And I heard also it was their database was going to be the most valuable database in the world.
It is.
The most valuable.
Well, I don't know about that.
As far as databases
I
go.
think the IRS is probably ranked right up there.
Did you know?
No, I'm talking, no, actually buying habits and shit, the IRS doesn't know shit about us.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
No, think about what Amazon knows about people. Think about that. I mean, more so than Google even.
That makes sense. Amazon's got
So,
information.
so
inside
Ryan, did
Google.
you get your sandwich order? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Wait, can you tell Suzanne what kind of sandwich you want?
Okay.
You don't want anything. No, I'm good.
You don't want an unwich?
You can have just a little sandwich of some kind already.
I think I'm okay.
But we're all going to eat in front of you.
Ham and cheese.
Okay. Let's just get a 6-inch ham and cheese for Mr. Nick.
No. All this is only
You want
a
that?
phone call away.
Yeah. Just a regular.
I'm so sorry, you wasn't in there.
Yeah. Oh, you got to call him back? That's okay.
Dan wanted extra bread, lots of bread.
Look at it. It's no big deal.
So sorry, Nick. Okay, 6-inch ham and
The
cheese.
real estate market is
Nothing
hot.
special?
Think any broker would
Drew
do
orders a
it.
BLT without the T.
Now more than ever, you need a skill and experience.
I'd like a meat lover's pizza, but hold the pepperoni, the sausage, the ham. I don't want the sauce. No cheese, please.
Just say the word and you're out of the contract with no obligation. 303-920-1622. 920-1622.
I've never heard of this team.
RealestateMan.com.
The South Alabama Jaguars. Have you ever heard of them?
Must be like
Was
a
that college or something?
Yeah.
1A or
Oh, yeah.
something.
They're playing Oklahoma State. I mean, I watch Oklahoma State all the time. I've never heard of these people.
No, what's happening is these little schools,
The conferences are just...
yeah, they're trying to get in and they get money out
Well,
of
they
playing
get
these
paid-
big schools.
they get paid a lot of money.
big
Yeah.
bucks for that.
That
Yep.
school will get $1 million for taking that game.
And if it's competitive, they
The
get
South
more.
Alabama?
Yep.
They'll get a... You really think so?
No, they do.
They're going to look like idiots.
So they don't care. They fund
They
their
get
program.
money, yeah, they get money to pay for the next 16 guys. You know,
And they get some exposure.
scholarships. Heck
You know,
yeah.
I mean, look at Howard beat UNLV.
What was that one? Appalachian State.
Yeah.
What was it? Michigan. Appalachian State.
Appalachian.
Yeah, they got paid huge, and then they beat them, so they got an extra whatever.
Who pays them? The other school?
Yeah.
The school district.
What's the good thing for OSU in this case?
It's a practice game.
They think it's just.
Well, why would they
practice
pay for it?
Because it's the only way they can get them there. They're not going to go there and get their ass kicked for nothing.
And he takes a big.
Will you come over here so we can beat the hell out of
OSU
you?
doesn't have to play somebody like Texas that way.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. And you know, we love doing what we do. So tell people about it. It's really important, not just to get help, but to listen and prevent problems in the future. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255 is our phone number. Today is car day. And now that doesn't mean we'll only talk cars. We will talk other things as well. I don't know where she went with Azar. Where did she go? The Azar problem. I want Judy.
I wanted to talk to her some more.
You know, when there's injuries involved, these things can easily last 2 years.
Yeah, but I don't know why she hung up. I really wanted to help her, and I'll explain more on that. But our guest today, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech in the Denver area. Nick Yutzi with Flexident. And Nick started Flexident. It's a paintless dent repair place. And they have now, what, 4 locations, Nick? 4? 3. 3. And then Jesse Schillinger with at 2 locations, by the way, Honest Accurate Auto in Colorado Springs. So we have a good bunch of people, and we're talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. Suzanne, do you know where Judy went with Frank Azar problem? I don't know. But in any case, if you can get her back, here's what I'm going to say about personal injury. Like Mark said, it can take a long time. But the communication thing I've noticed is the biggest deal. People think nothing is going on. They don't hear from you. They want updates. If attorneys get a problem or a complaint, the most common one, lack of communication. I tell you that is the most common problem I hear about with attorneys, communication. Now, when it comes to putting a lien on a case, that's when they think they have a good case. The attorney then goes to a finance company who literally fronts money for medical care and other stuff until you get your settlement. It's very, very expensive, not recommended, but sometimes it's the only alternative people have. Now, when it comes to Azar, yeah, we get complaints about Azar because he's a factory. He's a lead factory. He does his commercials. He gets the people in and assigns them to an attorney. And you look at, I'm not going to say anything bad other than this. There was an insurance guy one time, an adjuster in the industry, and he said they actually like him. They like him because he's ready to settle quickly. And that told me something, because if you really want a good personal injury attorney, you don't want someone who's just going to all of a sudden, just take a settlement. But if you think about it, if you do volume and you do settlements and you just get a small portion of all these settlements, you make a lot of money, but the individuals may not get what they have coming. And I'm not saying he does this on every case, but I will say, in my opinion, he's a lead factory. Now, you have a lot of firms that do these lead generations, I call them, and they basically assign them staff attorneys, and they don't have a personal stake. They don't really get involved, and it's just the way of the world. I prefer firms that put their name on it and take the cases and handle them personally, and there are a few of those firms around. Okay. Then also, when it comes to the financing part, the financing part. Usually an attorney will not even enter into an agreement like that unless they know they're going to get some kind of settlement to cover the cost. So that's a good sign if they feel that confident about the case. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Fernando said that he took his car to this place. I mean, it's really terrible. He's got how many miles on this? 150,000 miles on a Dodge, right? Is it a pickup? Dodge?
It looks like Dodge Ram. Yeah.
Dodge Ram. Dodge Ram pickup. Now listen to this. He spends $2,700 in 2 visits, and they said they rebuilt the transmission, but it's not running. So his question is, what can I do? Well, is it the transmission or not? I would say, guys, if his car is incapacitated and they didn't do what they said, then he should go after them. But with this Dodge Ram with 150,000 miles, it could be at something else, right?
Absolutely.
What are the symptoms? Jesse asked during the break, what are the symptoms? What exactly are the symptoms that made you park your truck?
It is, it won't go over 20 miles an hour.
Okay, is there any lights on the dash?
There is a check engine light. But since it's...
Well, okay.
That could be the cat's clogged up.
No, that's possible, but it needs to be checked.
Right.
That's the main
No
thing.
matter what, Fernando, you ran out of money. That's the bad thing. Fernando, I'm so sorry, though, that you spent $2,700 on this. Is it really in good shape otherwise?
It's in really good shape.
It's pretty? I mean, it's really a nice truck.
Yes.
God.
Really nice.
Hey, if he feels the back of the exhaust with his hands while someone's revving it up, I mean, on newer vehicles, does that work to see if it's clogged up?
Well, what would that tell you?
He could be, his check engine light could be on for that, and it could be in limpo mode. So you don't know.
It is in limp mode. That's exactly what it is if it's not going into more than 20.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the transmission.
Right. That could be anything.
Right.
Fernando, somebody's got to pull a code on it.
I just passed my emissions test in May.
Yeah, but it could still have a code of some kind. We're not saying necessarily the cat. Fernando,
I'd be happy to look at it for him. He can get it down to us. We'll check it out. We won't charge him.
A courtesy check. Fernando,
sure.
you ought to just let Sheridan Auto Tech take a look at this. Now, which Sheridan Auto Tech?
Well, he's kind of right in between Aurora and Lakewood. He can pick.
So,
Lakewood?
Here, take the number. And where in Lakewood? Tell him.
Colfax and Wadsworth in Lakewood.
How far? Can you get it there?
I think I can.
Okay, I want you to call him first, and he'll take a courtesy look at this and give us a report for the show on exactly what was or not done, and then we'll take it from there, Fernando. Hold on. Here's his number. All right, 303-455-7242. 455-7242. Did you get that, Fernando?
Yes, and who do I ask for?
Kevin. He's the owner.
Well, just the service writer.
I know, but
one of two.
But you're going to let them know, right?
I'll let them know. They'll know you're calling.
Just tell them it's from the Martino show.
Okay.
All right, man?
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
and then we'll follow up on this thing. Okay, this thing is really serious, Heather. Is this true that you say somebody forged a check?
Yes.
At the auto repair place? So you had let me walk me through this. Your car was damaged by hail, and the insurance company wrote you a check?
They wrote a check to me and Greenway Dent Repair Solutions.
And who?
So that's Greenway Dent Solutions.
Greenway. Well, let me ask you something. Why did they make out the check directly to them? Is that common, Nick? Do they make out the check to both of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Greenway Dent Solutions? Okay. And so what happened then?
So,
they forged your name.
Yeah, they forged my name on the check.
But technically, I know it's not right, but technically if they did the repair and you're not around, they just sent the check through basically, right?
I still don't have my car. They've had it since May 30th.
Now, wait a minute. So this check, why did you even give it to them then?
I didn't get it. It was sent directly to Greenway. So...
And did you get a copy of the signatures?
I have a copy of it now.
Of the check.
What happened, how I found out about this is because they've had my car since May 30th. I was told last Thursday to come in and take a look at it, and the quality of the car was not to my standards.
I see.
The interior had not been detailed.
At that point, had they already cashed the check at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I called my insurance.
And you said, hey, I don't want to pay it yet, and they said too late.
They said, we've already sent 2 checks. And I was like, so then my insurance agent called the main company headquarters and said, you've really lost the leverage on this because they've had our car since May 30th. It's a lease. I dropped off I got the hail damage on a brand new 2017 GMC.
Is it paintless dent repair?
It was both, is what I'm told. And what I didn't like about the bodywork was it looked like it had bodywork.
Listen, Flexident, Colorado. Man, I wish, Flexident of Colorado, I wish people listening now, they've heard all these problems, so I just want to say it, not for you, Heather, but Flexident, you got to call these guys, man. They're good people. Nick's sitting right here. He gets people in and out within a week, but he doesn't take cars if he doesn't think he can work on them, and that's the point. So
as I tell my customers, you don't sign that check until the vehicle's done. You go over the vehicle, you inspect it, and then you sign off on the check.
Right, and I didn't sign off on the check.
No, that's what you said. They forged it. That's serious, by the way, but not as serious as just forging. You know what I mean? Like, they did work. They believed they had to be paid, and it was a co-signed check. And I know it. I understand the technicality here. So what do they say about it, basically? What are they saying?
Well, I left the car last Thursday for them to make it right. I said, okay, listen,
so what do they say?
And I didn't know about the check.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from them.
Okay.
So that's the biggest problem, is that I haven't heard from them. And they were supposed to be ready yesterday, and I didn't get any calls. When I've tried to call before, they kind of avoid. I think they're in the same boat. I don't think that this guy intended for me not to be happy with my car. I think that he had been paying for my rental car, and I appreciate that. Since June 17th, I was hoping that that would make it go a little bit faster, but it's the same thing that I've heard from the other companies, is that they weren't expecting
all right,
much
so
damage,
that's
blah,
right.
blah, blah.
So let's just call him. I mean, that's basically it. You don't care about the technicality right now that they signed your name at this point, as long as they fix the car, right? How serious are the flaws? How serious are the flaws, really?
Well, there were scratches in the paint that weren't there.
They can probably be buffed. I don't know how bad it is. Would you say it's really bad? I mean, or do you say just minor problems? How would you say it?
I would say that my car looked like a used car. I had had it for 5 months. They've had it for 5 months, and it looked really worn.
Well, they didn't wear the car out. I mean, what do you mean it looks worn?
Everything about it. There was...
Well, it's been sitting around, but... Okay, hold on, Heather. Let's call this place. Dan, do you want to help us out and give that a call? I think Suzanne is busier than a one-armed wallpaper hanger. Have you ever heard of that?
Never.
A one-armed wallpaper hanger?
No.
Well, all right. I guess maybe I offended people now. Those who are limb impaired.
Limb impaired that hang wallpaper.
Yeah. Or limb. Yeah. Anyway, 303-713-8255. Okay, guys, just remember, okay? Just remember this. When it comes to the dent repair, Flexident. I'm serious. Now, Nick, I have 2 numbers for you. Which one do you prefer? On my commercials, I use 619-6273.
Yep, that's my cell number. That's the best one.
Okay. What is this number? 582-5770.
That's the office number.
Is that fine too, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, Flexident, 303-619-6273, and we have a lot more to talk about, including, of course, your problems, questions, and complaints. I hope one of them is never about finances, because we have great attorneys that can do bankruptcies, but I hope you never need them. Winkandwink.com. If you run into a problem, unemployment, a divorce, a death in the family, something, or just plain stupid, and you need a fresh start, winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720.
No wonder there's no rental cars in town.
Yeah.
So
on Heather, one of the checks was pushed through the bank, no, just stamped, pushed through. The other one actually had her signature forged on it.
No, I know.
As well as that.
No, I know. Okay. She said that. I mean, either way, I know it sounds serious, but you will never get a DA or anyone to take it.
Sometimes I know.
Honest to God, they don't care. Not with those kinds of things. Now, hold on. Dan, here's where they would care. If there was an insurance check made to 2 people and the guy never did the work, he just signed it over and took it. But in this case, he's got the car, he's got the check, he's figuring, I'm just going to deposit the damn thing, and he scribbles her name. It's technically illegal.
I've actually worked for companies that will have it on the estimate that
no one will
direction to pay, and they're allowed to sign anything with their name on it. Some companies will have that on their estimate, so when you sign that estimate, they're allowed to sign your name on the check.
Really?
I have worked for companies that have that
Wow.
That is a direction to pay that gives you all right for anything that claims anything with that vehicle.
There, go in there. Can you like switch over and stuff there?
Of course. Do I ever not?
Okay, I'm on there.
Throw me that water, though, as you pass it. I'll bet you I catch it.
Can I launch?
Oh, shoot! Did it smell?
Of course it did.
You deserve every bit of that. I'm afraid to drink it. Was it open?
No.
You're sure?
Well, I don't think so. I think it popped. Bang. Lunch.
Yeah, lunch.
What you started?
Why do I have school starts? What day is today? And for what they do. School started long ago.
Yeah.
My kids have been, I have the starting school, they started school.
I think Denver starts. No, everybody starts.
I don't know why. I had
Other states might not
have a long day. And why would it be a Friday?
Yeah.
My kids have been in school for a few weeks now.
Well, one of the schools started on Friday and was off Monday. Somewhere with Labor Day.
I bet you I can tell you where you got your shoes.
Where?
On your feet.
Mark, I never get that. It says where you got your shoes. Where you have. See, that's not technically.
I bet you I can tell you where you got your shoes.
Where you got your shoes.
You got them on your feet.
Jesus.
You just gotta speak Mark language to understand.
I truly believe that Suzanne is a saint.
I guarantee I know where she got her shoes.
Did you need that back? Is that yours, Mark?
This hurricane, I'm telling you, is going to be crazy.
Make landfall yet?
My folks were down there. I was trying to talk to my dad.
Sunday
It's like, why
morning.
you stay there?
Okay.
Oh, you'd be nuts to stay in Florida. My parents are in Florida too, but they're like literally in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
But that's where everybody goes to evacuate. I said, you guys don't let anybody in. You're going to have a bunch of whack jobs running around that community. Although it's gated and shit, so maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, but everything there is built on swampland, so if you get massive flooding, you just don't know.
Hold on, here's what I heard.
Where was your property down there?
Well, I lived in, when I went to college.
No, I mean the property you owned 10 years ago or whatever.
Oh, it was on the, on the Atlantic side, and it was near, what was the big city near me?
Miami?
No. I was up south of Daytona, but north of this other city. It was along A1A or US 1 too, and it was a little subdivision. But I'm trying to think of that city. It was a beautiful little city. We were north of that city.
Well, like West Palm or where?
No, I gotta look on a map now. I'm thinking it's a city we've heard about, but not. It's south of Daytona. I'll find out. Anyway, here's the problem with Florida. I've gone through 2 hurricanes in Florida where I covered them as a news reporter. There are not enough roads to exit.
Oh, you should see the pictures, man. It's like they're
and you see, you
gridlock.
just have 2 basic main north, south, and you have east and west. A few of them. They're only I-4 is one of them, and then there's just Alligator Alley south. There's not many
Alligator Alley.
There's not many there's not many places to get. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got a lot happening here, so we're going to keep going. All right? Now, Heather, we're calling the shop for you, so hold on. Joanna, what's happening with you, Joanna? You are with Ding Magic? Oh, yeah, we know you. You're on a referral list. So what's going on, Joanna? Yeah, my God, they are so backed up. I can't believe it. They have 100 cars that they're providing to people, rentals. I just can't believe and some of these cars have been there since May, and they're just not getting to them. So what are you guys doing? That's what I was suggesting to them. I was suggesting to them that they call other businesses and do that. And and Nick, I remember I asked him and he didn't seem to bite on that. Have you ever done that where, Joanna or Nick, have you guys ever done it where another shop will contract you to do, that part of the repair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get contracted a lot.
So you go to their shop and do it?
Yeah.
And do you do that, Joanna, for other shops? Yeah.
Yeah. I've contracted a few jobs from them.
Yeah, he says he's done some work for you. And Joanna, how long have you been around? Yeah. Wow. Right. So are you guys swamped like everyone else?
Because they had paint damage.
Well, good. If you have slots open, that's good.
They might have bit off more than they could chew, eyeballing them in the parking lot, then finding all the other damage.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Well, let me give out your number at Ding Magic. You guys are good people. 720-242-6369, right? And you can get people in as soon as Monday. And, you know, I don't know why those guys don't reach out to other shops and subcontract. Okay, so that's Ding Magic 720-242-6369. And, of course, in-house today as our guest, we have Nick with Flexident. And that's 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273. And both of these people on our referral list, referrallist.com, they have room to get cars in.
I wonder if they should call over to that place and say, hey, we can come over for X amount and start working.
Well,
I don't think I want to go there.
No, yeah. So, Joanna, you may want to just call them. But we recommended that to him, and he didn't seem to, I don't know if he was listening.
I think he's so probably in debt from those rental cars, man. He can't give up any more money would be my guess.
But Mark, these cars, some of them, when he gets to them, he's already lost.
Yeah.
Before he even did the work. Anyway, let's keep going. Thank you very much. Now, did you get a hold? Oh, Dan, are you on with SOS or what? Here's Fernando's problem. He has a problem. It's sitting there. We got to find out, is it a result of poor work done by this Better Choice Auto, or is it a new problem? Now, here's the other problem. Better Choice Automotive doesn't have very good reviews at all. Very, very negative reviews. Very negative. So we got a lot of people pending right now. I can't see who's on line 3, so I'll just take a shot here. Okay, hello, this is Tom. I'm sorry, I don't have your name. What is your name? Hello? I thought I had somebody there. No one? Where's Suzanne?
She's probably grabbing lunch, honestly.
All right. So, any case, I thought someone was there. Hello? Oh, hello? Oh, there's no one there.
Hey, you know what's going to be a big
so
problem?
I'm going to make a line open then. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Fernando, you're holding. Joanna, we're done with Joanna, and then Heather is waiting to find out what we find out on that forged check. We called the place. Yes.
People are going to have to watch out. You know what's going to start hitting town here soon after these 2 hurricanes. Florida's hitting this weekend, and Texas. What's going to start showing up in Colorado real quick?
Flooded cars.
Flooded.
Hold on a second.
Freaking cars.
I'm just going to take this straight up. Okay, listen, this is Tom Martino. You're on the air. Suzanne is indisposed at the moment. I don't know where she is, but are you calling about a consumer problem? Yeah, this is, see, I'm doing unscreened calls. This is dangerous. Okay, what's going on, sir? What's your name? Mike, what's going on, bro? What's happening? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, sir. So it's only when you're idling. But what about when you're driving down the road? It never just quits. Okay. And does it happen every time?
So does the car just completely shut down?
And you have to start it back up. Does it start right back up?
Does it idle okay?
That's weird. But okay, once you start it back up again, will it sit there and idle, or will it cut itself off again? Like, let's say you started it up to leave on a green light, and you were delayed. Would it then come to a stop again? And then next time you come to a stop, it will stall.
Is the check engine light on?
That's weird. That's weird, guys. What do you think, guys?
Well, they had throttle body problems with carboning in the throttle body.
So what would that do, though?
Well, it uses vacuum to control the idle. So it actually creates a vacuum leak to raise the idle. If it's plugged, it can't do it.
But why would it start right back up and idle?
Well, it because it's not completely closed, but it's not able to control the idle.
But you went right to that. Is that a common
That's very
problem?
common. You take the throttle bodies off and clean them.
It doesn't sound serious.
Take the throttle body off and clean it.
Do you know anything about cars?
I know somewhat about cars, yeah.
Well, the throttle body, tell them where the vacuum line is.
Well, there's no real vacuum line to it. There's vacuum coming through the manifold through the throttle body.
Okay, well that's
so you
need
the gasket.
I don't know, but
you may need a gasket.
Is this something an owner can do? Like
it's not too bad. Yeah, I mean if you're fairly competent with it, you can just a couple bolts.
And how do you clean it?
I don't think most people are going to be doing that.
Just different. You can get throttle body cleaners. You got to be careful.
Kevin says it. He does it all the time. I mean, most people.
Can you do
that.
it when it's running? In other words, do you have to take it off the car to do it? Is there a spray you can put in?
You can try while it's running, but it's most effective to take it off because you'll see the carbon on the bottom of it.
But they do have some intake cleaners, don't they?
Yep. You can try.
You might want to try that. Does BG make a product?
Oh, the 44Ks and stuff will work their way through it, but yeah, it needs a more aggressive.
But anyway, the good news, sir, is that it doesn't, Mike, it doesn't sound serious. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kyle, what's going on with you?
Hey, how's it going?
What's happening with your 2000 Toyota?
Well, first of all, I'm a paper hanger, and I know a one-arm paper hanger, so they are very, very busy.
Kyle, do you really hang wallpaper?
I do, sir. I'm the youngest paper hanger here in Denver, that I know of anyway.
So what I want to know, though, seriously, is wallpaper trending up or down as far as... I don't see a lot of it anymore.
I'm a third-generation wallpaper hanger. My grandpa was a wallpaper hanger.
But, I mean, what is the trend now? Is it getting busier, or are they getting less popular?
Tom, I have to turn down work to take breaks. It's so busy
really?
Right now. I
really?
Can't even, oh, yeah.
What's the most popular part of wallpaper? Like, is there, like, embossed or color? I mean, what is in right now?
It's commercial. I don't do very much.
So I'm sitting here staring at our wallpaper. This is what he does.
Oh, you're right. Commercially, I'll bet you it's a big deal.
Yeah, I do a lot of fabric, and it depends on who you are. If you're a lawyer or a plastic surgeon or an oil company, you like fabric. Softer, it's warmer, you can pin it, you can put stuff on the walls and it won't show pin marks.
I see what you're saying.
Obviously hotels are more durable vinyl, stuff like that.
Very cool. So anyway, what about your, why don't you hold on so I don't rush you. We'll come back and talk about your Toyota Tacoma supercharger problem.
What? You wonder why, right?
Yeah. What is it? A Tacoma
Supercharger.
Factory?
Oh, they had problems.
Yeah. But not anymore?
Mark,
that's what I mean.
Mark, work in a Simply Floors for me before noon, okay?
I'll do it just coming back.
Well, I'm going to do Rockies, then you can if you want, but I just need to get some of these knocked out. Yeah.
Okay, Greenway, I had the manager was going to come on.
Which one's Greenway?
The one with Heather or the 2017.
You didn't get him on?
I think Fernando we can hang up with too. Isn't he taking it over to Kevin's shop?
Get on now?
Well, no, he hung up.
So
I got home back here.
So listen, you're right about that, Fernando.
Yeah, I think he's going to take it over to Kevin's shop.
And then Angela hung up.
Just throw.
That's right.
Just
Fernando, we're done with it.
Throw a damn sandwich at him like he did the water to me.
You threw water at
back there, Mark. This is all those
yeah.
Did you take everybody's going to think I peed.
Did you, oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you throw water at Mark?
You're the one up there.
Oh, he just said you threw water at him.
I didn't throw it on.
No, Dan.
No, he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. Revenge.
So Robert Bramall, he I think that's how you say his last name. He's such a good guy with Big Bear Floors. He emailed. He says, "Mark, you should listen to yourself about talking about animals swimming. It sounds like a Seinfeld episode." Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I don't.
I was asking Tom if horses and pigs and I don't know what happens to all this livestock in Texas. But then Tom brought up a good one. I mean, once they're out in the middle of the ocean, who gives a shit if you can swim? You're going down.
They get tired of your film.
See, I've never seen a swimming chicken, though. We grew up on a farm.
I said they fly.
No, we want to see pigs fly.
I don't know how the damn turkeys around my house get up into the trees. It blows me away.
Anybody need an extra water?
Oh, sure.
I got a couple more. Do you need extra water? Okay, let me know.
I'm not even sure how wild turkeys live. I don't know how the coyotes don't get them.
They live in the trees.
Yes, I know. I don't know how they get up there. I've never seen one fly. They're always walking everywhere.
And they camouflage.
But they're everywhere in Franktown. I've never seen one fly ever.
I've never seen a wild turkey. You see them?
They're everywhere in our neighborhood. Everywhere.
Listen, I'm told you can be 2 feet away and you'll never see them. They are so good at standing still.
Shit. When they have their things up there like this, man, you can't miss them. But you're right. I guess when their feathers are down,
they have incredible.
No, we see them like every day. I was thinking of calling Jeff Vicko.
Exactly. Right, that's a good one. You'd love to come over.
The dogs, the Doberman will run up to them. The damn turkey will fucking look at the dog, and the dog will run off. I mean, the dog knows not to go up to it. It's crazy.
No, I've talked to people who hunted turkeys, and yeah, they said they could absolutely fly.
Well, they have to because they live out there. I don't know how the hell they'd survive if they weren't in a tree. It's not like they have homes.
They don't have nests.
You don't make little dog houses, little turkey houses?
Little turkey huts.
Little igloos.
They don't go back to, yeah, that's what I was going to say. They don't go to, where was that? Every day they drive home to Pueblo and live in their igloo.
Because it's cheap.
Only in Pueblo could you rent an igloo for fucking $128 a year or whatever it was.
Martin,
they were the crazy looking things.
Remember that guy that was renting out those trailers? You went there?
Holy shit, that was hell. That was the nastiest place I've ever been on life, man.
You said people actually live here.
Oh my God. The ones that got me is the ones that were living in the pickup truck toppers.
Oh.
Holy moly.
Like permanent setup.
Oh my God. It was a trailer park, but the trailers were like the pickup truck things, and it was the saddest thing. This one lady was showing me where her husband died the day before, and then 2 weeks before that a lady died in it. They'd take a single wide trailer and they'd put up like
it was like an office divider.
Yeah, like an office divider, and then they made a door in the middle. So most trailers had 2 doors to begin with. They'd add a 3rd door. They'd take the crappiest single wide that was built in the 60s and then make it into 3 rooms for
bedroom condo.
Wow.
But you're right.
The one guy'd have to get up every day and go get his water in a big bucket and bring his water back for the day.
If they get evicted, they go homeless, though, right?
Yeah, that was a problem.
I'm picking up real sketch vibes.
Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. You've heard about all these car problems, haven't you? If you need a new, or not a new, but, you know, new to you. If you want a used car, truck, SUV, van, you can go to Rocky's at 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. Here's what I love about Rocky's: the selection, the wide variety, easy parking, never a problem to get to. It's big and it's convenient, and prices are marked on every car. You have 40 lenders to choose from depending on your financial situation. They also have great trade values because they need cars to sell, so they pay you more than a wholesaler would or a regular dealer because they want to sell that car on their lot. Rocky's Autos, as I said, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 303-426-4646. All right, Mark.
I got to tell you something. Flood cars. I tried to bring this up, but here's
it's a big deal.
But here's why I want to bring it up real quick. So I was down in the Springs, and I had this new contract for us down there, okay? I walk into the dealer, and I didn't know this dealer that well, but they were going to run commercials on KRDO in the Springs. So they're ready to sign the deal, Mr. Martino.
Why are you bringing this up?
Because I think it was unbelievable, and I want to know how people can walk in my shoes sometimes. So I show up there. They're ready to sign, okay?
And then
the owner walks in and says, who's he with? He goes, hey, he's with the Martino
Tom
show.
Martino, and he says, I hate Tino.
He ripped up the contract and kicked me out. You know why? Because the bum, and I didn't know he was doing this back then, and I think they've cleaned up their act.
Oh, they have.
But apparently, back in the day after Katrina, Sus was the name of the dealership, was selling flood cars, and apparently years ago, you referred to him as Puss.
Right.
And let me tell you, 10-plus years later, he did not forget that.
Well, I know. A lot of people, they take that very personally.
Is that the sauce?
Puss. You should have seen the look on my face, though. I have no idea what he's talking about.
To be fair, they have truly cleaned up their act.
I don't remember one complaint in the last 3 years on them.
No. But I used to get a lot of complaints about them in the Denver area years ago.
But that's going to be a big thing.
Sus down in Colorado Springs closed their doors.
Oh, they're gone now?
Just
see,
had a technician call from them last week saying they were going out.
That's right. They should have been on the referral list.
So, okay, let's keep going. Okay, now, Sonny, go ahead, Sonny. What's happening?
Yes, how's it going?
What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I work for a dealer.
Yes.
Down in the Springs.
Yes.
We've
Kyle,
really
by the way, I haven't forgotten you, but Suzanne told me to take Sonny really quickly. Go ahead, Sonny.
Yeah, we've got a really good reputation, and I love my job. And
yeah.
I don't know if my the boss is listening, so I'm not going to mention where I work.
Okay.
One of the things that we heard today,
yes,
and also last week, was due to the hurricanes.
Yes.
The manufacturer is going to be focusing on sending all vehicles to Texas.
What do you mean, all vehicles?
Well, they got to replace a ton down there.
Oh!
Not just the ones that got flooded people own, but the dealerships that got flooded.
Oh, so like the new car inventory.
The cars, everything, yeah. So the only used cars that we get are from trade-ins.
Right.
But they're saying that new cars, they're going to become very scarce, and that's going to end up driving up the cost of them come mid-October. They're going to be sending.
You know, that's a good point. And also,
and then come November.
Yeah.
New costs on new cars are going to be, you know.
And we haven't even talked about Florida yet. Wait till this happens with Florida. Oh my goodness! Florida's going to be worse than the one we just had. What was the one that just hit Texas?
Ike.
No.
What am I, in the 30s? No.
Irma? Was it? No.
Irma.
Was it Irma?
No. God, I don't know. Jose.
Andrew.
Harvey.
No, the one that just hit.
Andrew.
Irma's the one now, right?
Yeah.
But, you know,
Harvey,
Sonny,
Texas.
thank you for bringing that up. You are absolutely right. It's going to have effects all over the country. And that is one I haven't thought of. But you're right. It's going to affect new car values for sure.
The other big one, I was looking at different opportunities in the stock market. Here's one. Did you know that...
actually, used cars, too.
Boats.
Ahead.
You know how many boats are going to be destroyed? They already were in Texas, but in Florida, it's going to be crazy.
Now, insurance companies, if anybody can take the hit, insurance companies can. Although, I'll tell you what, this is going to devastate companies, these back-to-back storms. Oh, my God.
All state farmers,
Irma,
they were all down like, 10%, man.
It's going to be devastating. Okay, now, let me go back. Listen, we haven't forgotten about Heather either. Dan called on that. Kyle, okay, so thanks for calling. We already talked about why you're calling, your Tacoma Supercharger. What's the problem with it?
The problem is I can't find anybody to rebuild it, and here's why, is because...
To rebuild the Supercharger?
Correct. I've already bought the rebuild kit, and everybody's real leery of owner-supplied parts, but in reality, it's only 4 bearings, but I don't have a press.
Okay, so why are people not wanting to fix it? Like, let's say you didn't have a kit, and you just went somewhere. Would they do it?
Yes, I already talked to Pro Auto Care. They're real nice about it, but they don't want to do work on the Supercharger because I already have the kit.
No, that's what you're saying. When you're saying you can't find people to do the work, you're saying because you have the parts. But had you walked into any place, they would simply do it. What is the problem with owner-supplied parts? I'll tell you, a million problems. A million problems. It'll never be a normal repair. Guys, you're nodding your heads. Chime in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking the liability for everything that we do to that vehicle. That's where
it's just an argument waiting to happen.
There's no way we can warranty it. If something happens to that thing, you're going to be upset with us.
What about if he would disclaim warranties and just say...
But still, at the end of the day, if we do the work and even if he signs off no warranty and then that thing breaks 2 months from now, who's he going to be mad at us? He's going to go on our website and hit us and talk bad about us. It's putting your name on the line of something that you didn't buy the parts for.
I like how he just put it. The guy might agree right now to everything, but if something does happen, then he's trashing.
No, they all agree until it's a problem. Yeah.
Are you thinking the same, Kevin?
Absolutely.
So that's why, Kyle, I'm not saying, by the way, you can't find anyone, but you're not going to find a place that really values their name and reputation.
We all know that the auto industry already has a bad name. So for us to build up our reputation, we want to keep that reputation that we've built.
I mean, I do have the people that I got the parts from, would that make a difference? Then the company, whoever would.
But can I ask you something, Kyle? Kyle, I need to take this guy from Greenway Dent Solutions because whenever an owner wants to come on, I have to give them every bit of space. But just real quickly, why did you buy your own parts? Why did you do it?
Well, because it was a lot. It was obvious. Okay. It's the same thing that everybody does. It's a lot cheaper.
Okay,
than,
all right.
You know,
and Kyle,
they're going to charge me for Toyota parts.
No, I'm sure you're going to find someone to do it, but we just can't help you here on our people. Now, I said owner, I meant the manager. Reese is the manager with Greenway Dent Solutions. And really, listen, they sent the check through for deposit, and the check was made out to both of them. I don't take this kind of signatory thing that seriously, Mark. Do you?
Plus, it's allegedly.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Dan seemed surprised. Dan thought, man, this is weird. They signed her name on there. But if a check is made out to two parties and you deposit it and you have the car in your custody, it's not the same as if you took a check and just forged it. It's just not the same. And then here's the deal. That's not even the problem. Heather just wants to know what the heck is going on with her car. She doesn't like the way it looks, right, Heather?
Correct.
Okay, so let's talk to Reese. Reese is with Greenway Dent Solutions. Listen, I know body shops and dent places are crazy busy, but Reese, she is complaining about how her car looks. I'm sorry I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to get you in before the break. What's going on with her car?
You know, the only thing I would have to say to that is that it seems to me that the issues that she does have with her vehicle are very minor.
Yeah.
Especially in comparison to the overall repairs of what was done to her vehicle. I mean,
okay.
Her car was probably should have been totaled. I think it was right on that line, and we came down a little bit to keep it from doing that.
So what do you think? These minor problems that she has, can you take care of them?
Yes, sir, and they're definitely things that we will take care of. Absolutely.
Then what's the issue, Heather? They're going to take care of it.
I just was supposed to have the car back yesterday, and I've been told next week since they've had the car.
Now, hold on a second. I do have to take this break. I just have to do it. Now, Reese, I would love if you could hold on. Heather, this is happening all over the place. We've just talked about it with body shops and stuff. That's not an excuse for Greenway, but they are, I mean, everyone is just slammed. We'll come right back and talk about that and more, okay? By the way, Simply Floors, talk about it, Mark. Did you ever see a guy that just does business like Buddy?
Oh, he was in the other day. Buddy Mitchell is the cat's meow, man.
He's the guy. Well, you need floor coverings. Don't even think about it. Now, as I said, we have a lot of good people on the referral list. But this guy, when it comes to running a business, when it comes to selection, when it comes to floor covering,
saving money,
no one else. And you can go to his showroom, or you can have him come to you, either way, or both. And here's the deal. You go to the website, you can schedule, you can find out all about him. Simply Floors Inc. That's INC, like incorporated. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com. He has a full selection of everything, and his prices normally are up to half off what you normally find.
Who said no onion? I screwed you over. What's it you? Yeah, see, I'm still, like, I will destroy myself all weekend. I'm so sorry.
His nose is just getting big and red.
Well, Mark, he's allergic. Mark's so funny because if I cut onion, if I don't throw it away properly, outside, like he will go through the trash. Where's that raw onion? Put it in the fridge.
But I can't stand the smell of it.
It drives him crazy. He smells in the garage.
Raw onions around the
There was just like 70 hates trash.
Oh, I've heard that before. And about garlic too,
She
right?
makes me cry.
There was a kid in military school with me that smelled like onions. Oh, God.
Is that going to flood the market with you?
And you just deal with the smell.
Yeah.
He would
Because like
probably chop my head off if I did that.
I can barely make it in here right now.
Yeah, this is bad for him. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I should have said just no onion for everybody, right?
Take these things and sell them.
I would pass a law because there's so many cars.
They didn't with Katrina.
They're going to pass a law.
No, but there's 500,000 just in Texas. Katrina's nothing compared to Harvey.
Oh, what,
They're gonna hit the market.
oh, forget Harvey. It's
They're going to transport them all over.
Everyone likes Ike. I like Ike.
You know how easy it is to clear a title, though?
Yep.
You're coming from Texas, you sell the car to somebody in Arkansas, they sell it to somebody in Minnesota, ends up in Colorado. And
By the time we see it at the dealers down here,
and they don't even know.
But don't you think this is going to just put it under a microscope?
It's true. You thought cars floated not long ago.
No, they're just going to pop up.
Yep.
You know, they're just.
What was the name of the Volkswagen?
But the thing is, the car may run perfect for 6 months. The car may run perfectly for 6 months.
Right.
And at 7 months, it has these ghost problems.
Exactly. No, that's what I've always heard on it and stuff. But
Then you open up one of the boxes, and it's green. It's just growing.
you're in trouble.
Yep, there it is.
But
Yeah, they're going to hit the market.
They will.
They just get shipped out and off they go.
Can you imagine that, though?
Oh, that's
How's Volkswagen even around it?
No, that's not that. That actually had propeller on it. That car had a propeller on it. Seriously. That one did.
Well, it looks like it looks like it's floating in a flood.
I know.
It doesn't even look like a car that's going around.
Well, I don't know if that was true. Do you remember back when Ted Kennedy was running for president? Chappaquiddick. They said something, and Volkswagen came out with, if Ted would have drove a Volkswagen, he would have been president.
Oh, look at
That's
this
a
one.
cringe.
This one actually goes underwater.
I know.
And it's a convertible.
They just got a mask, you just pull from the dashboard.
Throw your mask on and you're scuba in.
That is so ridiculous.
That car that you had actually had a propeller on it for that first car.
For real?
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that junk?
And it came out like that.
Who made it? A collector's item. I bet most of them are at the bottom of the damn ocean.
My propeller went out.
You don't have a lot of return customers with those.
There's some reason they're not selling them anymore.
What happens when it doesn't float? When it ends up at the bottom,
Yeah,
you gotta go tow it out of there.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Look at that.
You did the last repair on that.
Okay, so say you have an honest total car. What parts could they get from a flooded car that would be not hurt? Besides the body?
That's it. Just body parts.
You don't think anything in the engine and stuff
So
would be...
if it's underwater, there's water in it.
But, no, if you took out...
If you sell it all as a core, so you're aware that you're going to have to tear it down.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you weren't shitting. That really was a production car.
What are you talking about?
The ugliest floating car I've ever seen. It's got like a little propeller on the back.
Damn it. Where did I put the information about EcoHome? Damn it.
That supercharger's going to be...
I created a folder called Eco Homes under your inventory. It's under your inventory. Are they on the schedule? Yeah. Okay, I'll just send you. I'll resend you the email.
I'm going to warranty it. I'm doing part-time labor.
Because the bearing's going to go out and the propeller's going to shatter and suck it into the motor.
Maybe you're going to have a motor problem. Now they're talking about a motor. Yeah, I know. That's why nobody wants to do it.
And I drag out used cars is going to go way out.
Well, I got
Everybody's not going to buy a new car.
Inventory is going to drive it. There's only going to be
Hi, Tom
Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We've been talking, we had some calls about personal injury attorneys and problems going wrong. That's why I highly recommend John Fuller. I said one of the biggest complaints we get about attorneys is communication. John Fuller is an excellent communicator. He stays in touch with you every step of the way and will hold your hand through the whole case. He really is an expert at communication and also finding money and ways to collect and valuing cases, everything you want in a personal injury attorney. I just can't say anything other than you will never be disappointed with this man. John Fuller, Fuller Law. This is a very important part of your life if you're ever injured due to someone else's negligence. Don't leave it into the hands of somebody who's just given themselves a fancy nickname or, advertising all over the place, but really when it comes to you, you're just a number. That'll never happen with John Fuller. Fuller Law, 303-597-4500, 597-4500. His website is personalinjuryco.com. Okay, I want to keep going here. 303-713-8255 and go back to Reese. Reese is the manager of Greenway Debt Solutions. Basically, Heather's just upset because her car's been promised to her over and over. Reese says we've done major repairs. This car maybe should have been totaled, but we did major repairs, and the remaining issues are very minor. Okay, Reese, your turn. I understand they're minor. I've always said this to businesses. The end game is the most important part of any transaction. No matter how great you do, if you leave them with just this little thing, it's not always fair. People just, you know, they get a bad taste in their mouth. Anyway, what about her minor problems?
Well, like I said right before we went to break, is that you know, we will and are going to make those right.
When will it be done?
You know, we're in the process of trying to get them done right now. I'm hoping by the beginning of next week, but in this industry, it's impossible to give anybody a definitive date, and that's why we don't, because you can't say that, you know, a part is going to be here today, because I'm having to use somebody else's word that's using.
Well, right now it sounds like it just needs buffing and detailing. Heather, what is your main problem right now? The main problem that you see that still needs to be done?
Well, there was some minor, I would agree that they were minor. There were some paint issues, some scratches, and the hood was not on straight. Detailing on the inside because it was really dirty from the repairs that they had done. And so, you know, Reese, my issue is that I was told last week that it would be ready on Thursday, and then nobody calls to say, hey.
I know, it's communication. I understand that.
Yes.
And you understand, Heather, no one in history, no other time in history, have body shops, this is not an excuse, but it's a fact, have they been this slammed ever?
I understand. I am in customer service, and so all I expect is some communication.
Well, you got it now.
I totally agree with you, and you know, all I can say is that I'm sorry for the lack of communication. But if we were to call every customer to give them an update for every step of the way, I mean, we'd need a team of like.
No, it is difficult. No, it is difficult. I agree, but communication can always be improved a bit.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Just lower that a little. Okay, so Reese, I didn't mean to slam you with it. So all he is saying, and I hear you, Reese, Heather, he's saying they're going to fix it. What we'll do, Heather, is we will check back with you. Hold on, give Suzanne your contact information. You can call us back next Tuesday, and let's get an update and see what's happening. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. For many of you, we have another hour to go. I hope you join us. We have a lot to talk about.
Everyone does it. In the living room, the garage, at the kitchen table.
That would drive me insane to run a business like that.
We just got nominated by the Better
Business Bureau. I know. Isn't that insane?
But it's one thing you can't control a part, but if you give somebody an ETA on Thursday, you better be on the damn phone if it's not done.
And even he said, I call I can call every customer every step of the way. You can call every customer once a week and give them a heads up.
Keep track of when
Even
you
if you have 150 of them, phone calls a day.
Well, they're going to call you, so you might as well call them.
If you ever see it,
that's insane. Don't have 150.
What are you talking about?
Look at this dog. That's not true. Hold on, let me see that. Hold on.
He's grabbing your lunch.
It's a cute dog. It's Newfoundland. I love those dogs.
It's one of the top 15
Jesus
largest
Christ, that's not.
dogs in the world.
Wait a minute.
She's a tiny person.
That's bullshit.
Look at this one.
That's not real. Obviously, that's not. Jesus Christ. Here. Now that would be real.
Mark and Wayne's photograph. That's a great game.
I believe that one. That's
well, here's the biggest one.
That's true.
Is she 3 feet tall?
How do they do that, though? How do they do that? How do they make that?
It's just photography. I mean, you get it at the right angle.
Look at that one. That one's huge.
No way.
That's a pain.
You think someone just sat around photoshopping dogs for no reason?
Absolutely.
Okay, here's one. Great Dane.
So I believe, well,
The way it's photographed.
Yeah.
Go back up, Mark. There's one over here with this guy right there.
Well, this one's real.
well, we're riding that one.
That one's real. That's for.
I can't believe you guys are so skeptical.
It's like a dinosaur.
Look at the tail on this one.
Yeah, sure. It's a kangaroo.
Irish wolfhounds are big.
They are big. That's the biggest one.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, look at that one. Now that's for real. Man, look at that big.
Wouldn't it be wild if dogs were that big?
If you could ride a dog, wouldn't that be good?
Look at that one there.
Look at this guy. Oh, that one's real, though. That's the world's largest Labrador.
Oh, man.
Plumbline Services is the place to turn for plumbing.
Say, they can protect your property.
Oh, my God.
Wouldn't nobody come in with one of those?
I saw a full-blown wolf one time in a liquor store, man. This dude was just...
A lot of people have domesticated wolves.
Oh, my God. It was
that is
huge.
very common.
Not very trustworthy.
Look at this haircut.
Looks like you got a lion in your front yard.
Chow, they got black tongues somewhere. Chow.
What is it?
That chow, that red one.
Look at the size of that fish, that goldfish.
Those can get that big.
Called koi.
That's right.
They're called koi, yeah. I think it's funny when some people look like their dogs.
Oh,
you know?
John, damn it! You took the words right out. I was going to say, Google that. You won't believe some of the shit. I was just about to tell you. Google people and pet lookalikes or something. It's unbelievable.
How do we go from car day to dog day?
No, look at, when you see some of these, go to images, of course.
Look at this. Look at that. The guy in there. It does look like.
Oh my God!
Oh, that girl with the curly hair.
That's
this one, that one, fix that.
But nothing can pay for this love.
Oh, look at this one.
This is my big brother. It's part of me.
She looks like on The Simpsons.
Oh my goodness.
Like that sister of The
See, there's
Simpsons.
no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow.
It is funny.
I wake up for him.
They just like, they start looking like each other.
Is that Dr. Phil and his dog over there?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit AARP.
Oh, look at that woman. That woman is so hideous. And that's a real woman.
You think so?
No, yeah, I read about her. She got injections. She had so much plastic surgery. If you put addicted to plastic surgery, oh my God.
Oh, those are crazy. Yeah.
Here, is everybody done? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm sorry.
If you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and I'm so proud to be here and happy that you're with us. We solve problems at the Troubleshooter Network, and then we also provide solutions at referralist.com. Yes, going on 40 years in Denver, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, hundreds of millions of dollars recovered for consumers. God, what a great job when you can help people. So let's do it. Now, we got people on the line who've been holding. I'll get to all of you right now. Let's do it. It's car day. We got our experts, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Autotech, Nick Yetzi with Flexident, and Jess Schillinger with Honest Accurate Auto from Colorado Springs, 2 locations there. By the way, they've just been nominated for a prestigious award. Are you a finalist?
We are, yeah. We're one of the finalists. We
For?
The Better Business Bureau's Service of Excellence Customer Service Award.
Cool.
So
that is very. Have you won that before?
We have not. We heard about it.
There were some other awards you've won.
We just got we got some Shop of the Years. We've got Management Success Awards twice. This one though from the Better Business Bureau is for the whole Southern Colorado region. So.
Cool.
South of Denver, I'm assuming.
Just being nominated.
They also have, here's one of the reasons they get a lot of these, they got this, what is this class coming up, the women's class?
Yeah, we do a women's class.
And it's free.
Yep, free to the public.
Okay, so let's say when it is.
We have one tomorrow.
Okay.
At the West location.
Too late to go?
Nope, go on our website and sign up. If you can't make tomorrow's, it's from 9 to noon. We have another one next month on the 7th at our East location.
Free of charge and no obligation.
Does the one tomorrow have Master Drive coming?
It does, yep.
So they team up with Master Drive on our referral list, too.
All right, so quickly, Suzanne, please.
Yeah, I'm going to have Addie take this class when she gets her
Cool.
license. I think that's a good idea for teenage girls.
Give the website out, please.
HonestAccurateAuto.com.
HonestAccurateAuto.com. Okay, let's keep going here. Jeremy has a quick comment on the car stalling. The guy said he would pull up to a red light or pull up to a stop sign. Whenever he pulls up and starts slowing down to stop, the car stalls. And Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Autotech, thought it might be a vacuum problem with the throttle body, and it needs to be cleaned, possibly. Jeremy, what do you have to say?
So I had a Ford Escort ZX2.
Yeah.
That was doing the same thing every time I stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign.
What did it turn out to be?
It was spark plugs. All we had to do is change the spark plugs, and it was fine after that.
That doesn't. But that doesn't sound
simple.
That doesn't sound like a spark plug problem.
No, the Chrysler would throw a check engine light if it had a bad plug.
That's what I was thinking too.
But Jeremy, what kind of car do you have? Did you have?
It was a Ford Escort ZX2.
Oh yeah, you said that. Okay, Ford Escort. With that, listen, bad spark plugs. I mean, obviously, they can cause problems. I mean, but I don't even think about spark plugs anymore. I used to when I did my own stuff. I would gap them and clean them. How long do sparks last? How long?
It depends on driving, but it's 60 to 80,000 miles.
Yeah. They're just
Unless you buy a Subaru, they want you to do them every 30,000.
Every 30.
Really? Now, do you have to clean them?
Clean the plugs?
Yeah, ever?
No.
Okay.
Don't throw them away.
If you get like a triple, quadruple platinum, do they last longer?
Not necessarily, no.
All right, let's talk to Dave about a car warranty. Dave, what's going on with you?
Mr. Tom, how you doing today?
Good, man. How do we help?
Okay, I have a question. I have a 2017 all-track Golf, brand new car we bought. It started over the Labor Day weekend. We took it, and the fuel gauge was not marking right. We ran out of gas. I had to walk 5 miles.
What are you kidding me? On a brand new car?
Right. No indication it was low on gas. I figured, okay, it got gas. We'll get gas later on. It ran out of gas. Into the house wrong with it. Had to walk 5 miles to get gas. In the meantime, my wife pushed the SOS button in the car for help. Their offices are closed on the weekends, so she was really upset.
Okay, so listen.
So anyway,
first I want to ask these guys. How often do you encounter this kind of thing where a gas gauge is inaccurate? It's not very common.
Not very common, but it happens.
Is it a digital? It's not a digital, is it?
No.
No, because some of them have a needle. Some are digital, and they have the little bars that go up and down. Is yours digital, did you say, or analog?
No. It's a regular needle.
A good old-fashioned needle.
Right, and they told me to fill up again, see if it resets, and so I'm supposed to drive until it runs out of gas.
What does that mean? What does that mean, reset? Well,
put some gas in the trunk.
No, you don't want to do that. He shouldn't have to live with this.
It's a new car. I don't want that new car. I want that new car.
No, Mark is saying just as a temporary fix, just carry a gallon of gas with you, run it out, and then see if it resets. But that sounds...
Well, then you always know where it's at, though, is the bigger point.
Yeah, but it's under warranty.
Where was the gauge when it ran out? Half, quarter?
Where was your gauge?
Between quarter and a half.
Yeah, high enough.
That is really bad.
Yeah.
So what did they propose? That you run out and see if it resets? Really? Did they say that? That's their solution?
They told me to refill it up again and take a trip on it and see if it runs out of gas again. It might go all the way empty this time. And I told them straight up, I'm not doing that.
That's stupid. Hey, David.
I agree.
Dave, what's the name of the dealer?
John H. Miller, BW on Car and Colfax.
Okay.
It's under warranty. I took it back there, and I finished my trip off. I got a screw in the tire. That indicator works. It's low pressure. I took it in and said, can you fix the tire at least? Because I couldn't get the car in for service right away because they didn't have a loaner for me. So I said, okay, fix the tire. And they said, your tires ain't covered under warranty.
Well, no, it isn't. No, it's never covered. Tires. Did you think tires were covered under warranty?
Well, they got sensors in them.
They never are.
They get fixed somewhere and they tear up the sensor.
Wait a minute.
They're never. The answer is they're never.
Dave, I don't understand your reasoning. First, you're saying because they have sensors in them, they should be covered under warranty?
Well, the sensors are. If I take it to some guy named Jose,
that's right, Dave.
Tire company,
Dave.
and they fix the tire and they break the sensor, they're covered.
Well, right? No, not if a guy breaks the sensor. If the sensor goes bad, they're covered under warranty. But tires aren't covered. I don't understand your reasoning. I'm asking you. You made that connection that because...
Well, the sensor's not in the tire. It's in the wheel.
Yeah. I don't understand, though, what you're implying, that because the sensor is covered, you think they should cover the tire.
Well, that's what I was asking. But
no.
If I buy brand new tires from Discount Tire, they put a warranty on them.
No, hold on. But that's different.
That's right.
That's a totally different ballgame. When you buy a car, there might be a tire warranty if tires came with that car.
There's generally an OEM warranty from whoever it is, and it just covers defects.
Right.
It's not even a treadwear warranty.
Right. So, in other words, in the glove compartment, you might see something from Goodyear or from Bridgestone or something. It's a pamphlet, and individual components like that. You may have one. That's really all I can think about is tires. You might have maybe one for. No, that would be it. Everything else would be the car. But Dave, that would be a manufacturer's warranty, a manufacturer of the tire. But as Mark says, Mark, tire warranties in general, they don't cover a lot of anything.
Not OEM vehicles. In other words, a brand new vehicle, the tires are generally, that's it, you have the tires. When you buy new tires, a lot of times you can buy road hazard. Like Al gives away the road hazard for free.
What
other places sell it?
What was wrong with the tire, by the way?
I had a drywall screw in it.
Well, you certainly didn't believe that should be covered, did you?
Well, I didn't want to mess with it because of the sensors. I had a Focus before, and I took it in to get fixed, and the sensor went all the way around the tire.
So what are you doing? You're driving around with the drywall screw in there still?
No, he is saying that because there's a sensor on the tire, he doesn't feel comfortable changing it. Therefore, the tire should be covered under warranty. I'm sorry, Dave. We just don't agree. We just don't agree. But on your warranty issue, okay, Dave, on your warranty issue, this is important. Go to another dealer. Many times people think, well, I'm going to go to the dealer I bought it. You don't have to. That is covered under a national warranty from the manufacturer. And sometimes when you go to another dealer, they see things a different way and they do it better. And you should demand that because your car is under warranty. That's crazy when they say, you know, drive it and see if it reset itself. So I would take it to another dealer. It's that simple. Anyone out there with a car, no matter where you bought it, they really want your service. Apparently, this dealer doesn't. So what you do is you go where you get the best service. You don't have to go where you bought it. Now, what about Gerald and his 98 F-150? By the way, we're getting through these calls quickly, so you can get in at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You say your F-150 is shaking, Gerald?
It kind of almost acts, Tom, like it's out of... like the tires are out of balance.
Yeah.
But they're not.
How do you know they're not?
Because I just had them balanced a couple months ago.
Okay, so it shakes at all speeds?
Well, you know what? It seems to be getting worse. It used to be at maybe 30, 35 miles an hour, then it'd pick up again at 50, and then maybe a little bit more at 70. Well, now there seems to be more of it now.
Wheel bearing, guys?
I wondered whether or not it could be either brakes, shocks, or alignment.
When you say shaking, is the wheel shaking, or do you feel it in the seat shaking?
No, I feel it. I feel it while I'm driving.
I understand, but do you feel it in the wheel, like your hands are moving, or you feel it in the whole truck?
I feel it in the whole truck, and then I feel it.
Does the steering wheel move, like back and forth, like, you know, does the steering wheel actually move side to side?
Yeah, it's very minor, but yes, it does.
Guy, another question for you is, if you're accelerating and it's shaking, if you stop accelerating, does the shake go away or does it continue? Because if you're accelerating and doing it, that can affect, you know, drive shaft, axles, things like that. But if you let off the throttle and it's still shaking, then we're going more towards bearings, tie rods, tires, things like that.
Mechanical more than, well, they're all mechanical.
Right.
So what are you thinking, like at the wheel, an axle, that up front, or in the engine?
We would definitely need more information.
So right now, we don't even know if it's coming from the engine or it's coming from the actual mechanical components in the front end.
There's a good chance there could be a loose nut behind the wheel.
Uh-oh.
You could have a tire bead that's gone bad, too. I mean, there's just so much going on. We just need to know. Someone's got to drive it, or you got to get us more information. Like, if you're let off the accelerator, does it still shake or does it stop?
Well, it seems, I don't think it actually stops, other than just changing speed stops it. Not because of the acceleration.
It sounds to me like a wobble. What do they call that? Bump steer? Or what do they call that when the bump starts a wobble?
A death wobble?
Yeah, well, yeah, not a death, but it's called more of an alignment issue, possibly.
Right.
You know, you just have to have it checked, Gerald. There's nothing, but it sounds like to me not the engine or not the systems within the engine, but more like a front end problem in alignment. You said not balance, so alignment I keep thinking about. So why are you guys cracking yourselves up? You're over. I'm trying to do a show,
They're
and
like
you guys
children,
are. They're like
Tom.
Mark is like it's like an
two
adolescent.
little school kids.
And Dan's worse.
I'm crying.
Over what?
I think you're gonna have to separate
You said a
them.
loose nut behind the wheel. It wasn't that funny.
You're not that funny, Mark.
And then they're looking up on the
Dan
internet.
thought so.
Then
It's pretty funny, Tom. I laughed.
A loose nut behind the wheel. I swear to God, that wasn't that funny. Okay, 303-713-TALK. George, bring some sense to all of this, please.
Okay, first of all, the guy got the guy's name.
Reese.
The business that did the repair on the woman's car. And
Reese. It was Reese. He said if we had to call every customer every day or whatever, we'd need a something.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, but all of our guys in the studio here all shook their heads like they couldn't believe he was saying that.
I spent hours a day on the
couple of things. That was definitely a flag for me because no one was asking him to call for every little update. This woman, this customer, good customer,
Very good
was
point.
promised the vehicle on a particular day.
Very
And
good point.
Imagine rescheduling her whole life to come down, make arrangements to get driven down there to pick up the car, and it's not ready, all because they didn't call her. So that was number one. Number two, he put it off on, well, I can't give a date because we may need a part, and that part may not show up. There were no parts necessary.
No, you're right. You're right. And I picked up on that too.
Right, so all he needed was 1 day's worth of work. He just needed to refocus his staff on getting this woman's car out as promised. That was it. So I wouldn't go to him. I don't know anything
Okay,
about
well,
it.
you always have good observations, George. You really do.
So then there was this second, let me get to the second issue, challenge to both businesses and vehicle owners. I've been in a situation where I had done my own work, or I had a friend, a backyard mechanic help me do some work on a vehicle. I think it had to do with brakes, as I recall, some years ago. And I had bought a part, some brake part from, an auto parts store. It was a high-end, part, nothing cheap about it. Put it in. It was had a lifetime warranty. So it went bad. I wanted to get it repaired, but I couldn't schedule it to do it myself with my friend. Okay. So I went to a repair place that I trust to get the work done, and they would give me a full price on it. But I said, I have this part that's under warranty here. I can get it free replacement for the part. Can you do the installation? And they did, and they did fine job. No problem with that. But the challenge is they don't want to warranty the work because I'm bringing in a part from an auto parts store. And in fact, they may have even been using, they wouldn't use that part because it was Napa, so they just go to Napa. And I buy from Napa, but that part happened to be from one of the other parts, maybe AutoZone, I don't know.
But George, it's the same message, though. I mean, it's difficult. Even though you managed to get it done, it is very difficult to get people to do work with parts other than they supply. I got to take this break. I'm sorry, George, I had to run. But this is important. Interest rates right now are pretty stable. But here's the good news. Ideal Home Loans has the guaranteed interest rate, which means that if interest rates go lower, they will refinance you free of all lender fees, or basically free, okay? You just pay your normal escrow stuff, but you get free refinancing for the next 2 years. So basically, every time you do it, you get 2 more years of a guarantee, always. They also have custom term loans, so if you've been paying on it, you don't always have to go back to 30 years. No matter what the time span is, you can keep it where it is if you want and still get the lower rate. And then, of course, they have pre-approvals for purchases, which is exactly like a cash offer because really it's approved. You just need an appraisal and you're ready to go. This is Ideal Home Loans for your ideal home loan. Listen, you can go anywhere, but you very seldom get direct lenders like them, bankers, who truly customize the product for you. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. And Ideal Home Loans also puts their guarantee in writing. In writing. IdealHomeLoans.com. And when we're speaking of loans, the next logical leap would be real estate. And for real estate, none other than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He is with RE/MAX Alliance. He's been around so many years on my referral list. I've been referring people to him. Mark and Suzanne have used him. I've used him. We have all used him multiple times and have nothing but glowing reports. You will love him whether you're using him to buy a place or to sell and list yours, and he'll never hold you to a long-term agreement. 303-920-1622, 920-1622, frankdurantherealestateman.com.
Sent you email with
typical midday
stuff.
delays popping up on the drive and a few problems associated with it. Crash downtown northbound I-25 approaching.
George always calls. Always.
I tried to get him, and he'll never.
He's absolutely right. You know, with the customer, you know. I mean, how can you not call your customer if you say the car's going to be ready on Thursday and it's not? And then feel like you're being imposed on. That's ridiculous.
When I was talking with him, he was pretty good, and then he like on the radio, he just sounded.
He just went sideways.
So
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
that reads. When I talked to him, that's
actually, did he sound like a smart ass to you?
Well, no,
he sounded not too nonchalant.
Well, when he said the one thing.
But that comment is like, I can't guarantee when my parts come.
If I had to call every customer with an update.
Yeah. Every day.
Hey, we're going to order your part. Just giving you an update. Hey, your part just showed up.
That's not what you want.
No, but that's what he's being a smart ass.
Yeah, as I've said before, it's time to make that dreaded phone call. I got the wrong part. I'm going to make it out tomorrow.
Sure.
Sorry, it's got to be done.
You're exactly right.
But you got to make it.
You got to do it.
You got to make it.
Because people do rearrange their day to come.
Well, what if they don't call and show up at 5 o'clock on Thursday to pick up their car?
And that's what she did.
Yes. Because nobody called her to tell her it wasn't ready.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's what happened.
And it's not like you got to call all 100 cars every day. I mean, you got them scattered out over 30, so you got 10 phone calls to make at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Big deal.
He did his.
Suck it up, make the call.
Look at how big that freaking storm is.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I tell you.
Do you see that Facebook watcher giving you a hard time about your hair?
No, I didn't. What did it say?
People like commenting on your hair, Mark. What is that?
Because I have hair.
You gotta save this. Okay.
You realize
I have no idea.
Right with you, then to go to our link. Now, I'll go to our link.
No, I got you.
It was 185
Shoot you a text.
yesterday.
Send me a text on
From
that
here?
number, and then I'll save you.
And I'll save you.
I don't understand how it over the water how it picks up wind speed.
Having more fun. Learn more.
Yeah, how the energy transfers.
That's what I just don't get.
Pressure drop is
It's temperature differential more than anything.
Probably, yeah.
The reason it's going to stay a 4 all the way up till it hits is because that's the warmest water right there.
Really?
Well, I do like flavor.
Oh man, you were killing me, man. You just laughing was killing me. I was literally crying.
It was such a.
Now, what were you laughing? What was
That always said it's such a childish thing. I know that's funny. Loosen up behind the wheel. It's like when I said, why they call it a hurricane. Because it's not a hurricane. It's just stupid.
Because it's not a hurricane.
I don't know why they name them after women. Remember that? So it's just stupid things. I mean, how do you? Mark should have been a comedian.
You are.
Oh, no, it's...
Okay, now, I got an email I can't believe. Hello.
I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate, troubleshooter Tom Martino, for those who don't know me very well. If you know me, you can just call me Trouble. Hey, I got an email. It had to happen. A hurricane sale. Now, how do you make the fact that you have a hurricane into a sale event? It's a Hurricane Irma impact sale. How do you have that?
Who is it?
Just some supplement company. So you have a hurricane sale. I mean, come on. Like, I'll tell you, it's weird. It's just weird. I don't. Do you think we're going to have a lot of rip-offs? Oh, yeah. It's going to be major.
It's going to be nuts, man.
I'm telling you, this is, oh my God, not only with the cars that are going to be flooded and they're going to be sold all over the country, you're going to have contractors and storm chasers flocking to Florida.
And wait till you see even the insurance companies. I don't care. Remember, these guys have held your hand forever. Now you go to claim, you better watch it. Anybody out there listening affected, you get a public adjuster.
Right. Okay, now, let's keep going here. 303-713-TALK. Now, I think we're done with Dave. Suzanne, see if he has a remaining issue, please. And Brent, what's going on with you? Hello, Brent.
Yes, hello, Tom.
What's happening?
So I got a 2016 Toyota Tundra.
Yeah.
And, I love the truck, but and Toyota doesn't seem to admit this. And if you go on the blogs, but what I'm having a problem with is on the tow package. It's got one of the factory tow packages on it.
Yeah.
So when I plug it into my trailer, my camper, either the brakes are full on or full off. There's like no, you know how you can set it. You can set it to be, you know,
well, hold
really
on.
hard or really
you need a brake controller to do that, though.
No, because it has a brake controller, a factory brake controller. It has all, it's all built in.
Okay. I thought you just said it had the hookup, but it actually has the controller.
Yes, it has a brake controller in the you know, the dash of the truck.
Really? Guys, is that common? I've never heard of a brake controller being built in.
I haven't either, so I haven't seen this truck.
Huh. So you're saying that basically the brake controller's not working.
So yeah, when you look on, there's like a blog where Toyota, if you typed in Toyota Tundra brake controller, there'll be a blog that says all these people are having problems with it.
And it's factory. Maybe other people can correct me, but I don't think many factories do built-in brake controllers. And let me explain to people what a brake controller is. When you have a trailer, you obviously, you know, when you stop, you want the trailer, if it's big enough, to have its own brakes, right? Obviously. So when you slow down, it slows down. But if those brakes go on, it would screw you. You like, if you just tap your brake, you don't want the brake to go on. If you slam on the brakes, of course you want the brake to go on more. In other words, you want the brakes to be dynamic. You want to be able to rest your foot on the brake and slow down. You want to be able to hard brake, but you don't want on and off, like Brent said. You don't want them to lock up and be either on or off. So there's also another intricacy. You need those brakes to come on just a split hair of a second after your brakes. So they do not drag you, okay? So when yours goes on, then they just lag a tiny bit. There's also another dynamic. It has to sense, it is no small thing, it has to sense how you're braking. Are you braking hard or soft, slow or fast? How do you do that? Well, there are ingenious ways they do it. They have little mercury switches and pressure controllers, and some have counterweights, so when you stop fast, it puts the brakes on fast. If you start slowing down slower, it applies them slower. But these brake controllers are very critical. The reason I didn't understand that they put them in the factory is because all of them that I know of are usually purchased for whatever kind of trailer you are towing. I have never heard of a universal brake controller ever. I've never heard of one. Now, I imagine there are some. I know there are adjustable brake controllers. So, Brent, is this adjustable in any way?
Yes, it's an adjustable brake controller.
Now, so does it have a knob or does it have a slide?
No, it's got a slide. And you can adjust it.
And how do you adjust it? What's the process?
No, you just, so basically when you're, well, with the old one that I had,
right,
you would just adjust it to like up to like a 3 or a 4 or 5, and then you would use the slide to see when it starts clicking, that's where it goes into play.
Okay, I am very impressed that they have them built in, but it doesn't work, so it's under warranty. It's under warranty, right?
There's all kinds of things. Toyota's looking at all kinds of ECM updates and everything else trying to fix the problem.
So they recognize it.
They recognize it, yeah.
You said you didn't think they recognized it.
Well, when I took it back to the Toyota dealership, they're like, "Oh, we don't know anything going on with that." So,
well, I know. That's a common. They love saying that. People love saying. You call.
They try to make you feel like you're nuts.
Well, no, there are technicians. When it comes to technology, IT, and computers, they especially love saying. Well, we've never heard of that before. And then the internet has put an end to all that because, as you did, you just look up the forums and you can find out. So what did they tell you? What's the best solution they had for you right now? So
the only thing that I'm doing, they don't have a solution. All I do is, like when you're going at 60 miles an hour or something like that and you hit it, it's not that big of a deal because it is slowing it down. It's mainly when you're going slow. So basically when I'm going slow, I just have to turn it off. And I just have to use the truck brakes, which is fine right now.
What do you haul in that trailer?
I got a 32-foot camper that I haul.
Oh my God!
It's a big camper.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've adjusted it. I was just curious if you guys have heard of this issue. That was kind of my point.
No, I've never heard of it. But obviously there are people that are having problems on the internet with it. We have another comment who just called in. Go ahead, Roy. What is your comment?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
My 2016 Ram 1500 has that built-in brake controller on it. Works perfect. I use it all the time.
See, that's something that I just wasn't aware of. I guess that's, you know, when have they? Do you know when they started installing brake controllers?
No, I don't. My earlier Ram, which was a '98, did not have.
Of course,
and this Ram, both of them 1500, is a crewman one, so it's a work type truck, and it came with a standard built-in.
And it works perfectly, and you have to adjust it for whatever trailer you have, right?
Yeah, it's right below the air conditioning unit and stuff, and when you hook it up and you start adjusting it, it's linked right into your radio. Cool. It shows you what you're doing and stuff. So
did you pay for that extra? Like, is there a package, a tow package, right?
It's got a tow package.
Yeah. Yep. So that's interesting, Brent. I don't know what to say other than, you know, I would
check with Toad on software updates. This one came out the 1st of July, so it's only been out a month.
Yeah. Did you know there was one since July, according to Kevin here?
Oh, I did not know that. So yeah, I'll check that out.
Now, how would you have to take it to a dealer to get an update, right?
Yeah, and like Tom was saying earlier, if the dealer that you're going to isn't taking care of you, hit a different dealer. Someone else will take care of you.
That's another thing you want to do. And I'll tell you another trick about dealers. You have to go to a dealer that caters to your clientele. Let me put it to you this way. Like Rowley, Purifoy Chevrolet, is up near the oil fields and the farmers, right? And when he sells a pickup, I mean, you know, it has a warranty, but they know what you're using that truck for, and they cater to your kind of business. That doesn't mean if you're a gentleman farmer or rancher and you have a truck, or you're just a weekend warrior and you have a pickup truck, it doesn't mean they're not going to fix it. But there are always geographic and localized demographics you want to be sensitive to. That's with fancy cars too. When it comes to luxury cars or sports cars, you want to go to a dealer that has the demographic you fit into, seriously, and they cater to you. So you may be going to a place that doesn't know a lick about hauling. But if you go to a place like Rowley, and of course yours isn't a Chevy, but I'm just giving an example. You go to a place where they're used to having people to haul all the time, they've run into almost every problem. And that's what you want. You want to find a dealer similar to your demographic, if that makes sense to you. Okay, and really check for that latest software update from July. And thanks for finding that, Kevin. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. If you're looking for exterior and interior work, they do both. Now, they're going to start moving inside as the weather gets bad. If you want to get lined up for a bathroom or a kitchen or a finished basement, give them a call, and they'll do a design build from beginning to end and give you everything and line you up now. Exterior work, they're busy, as everyone is right now. You can give them a call and get on the schedule, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Here's the number, 303-679-8509, 679-8509. Let's talk about Art of Granite. Speaking of, kitchens and baths, at Art of Granite, if you go to Mitch Fleury, the owner, Art of Granite, and you have the kitchen done, they'll do whatever they do in the kitchen, in the bathroom, free of charge. They also tear out and haul away all the stuff free of charge. That's no small thing when you're talking about remodeling a kitchen. Of course, they do the countertops and cabinets. And Mitch will love to give you a quote based on just some measurements and a photograph. Give him a call, and then that quote will be pretty accurate. But then as you get more serious, go to his beautiful showroom in Golden, and then they will sharpen their pencil and get that quote to an exact. And they never mark up the stone, the granite. They just buy it wholesale and pass it on to you, or you can buy it direct from them or anywhere you want using his account. They only charge for the fabrication and the installation, and then they have a small markup on cabinets direct from the factory. 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919.
This report is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Some slow spots on the Highway Drive in the metro area. Still seeing delays on the westbound side of I-70 approaching Vasquez, backed up to I-2.
We just had ECO.
5 leak-ins in the road. Yes, right on my highway right there.
What do you think it is?
Taking out.
Do you have any water in there?
Yeah, I couldn't ride up here either because I hate this town.
Westbound is E28.
Oh, there you go.
I think it's like right in there, isn't it?
it's almost dead center.
Oh yeah, I lived up in Wyoming years ago.
So they're like,
south.
but look at all the water around them.
Those suckers would wait
And imagine like the evacuation zone right here.
Yeah,
That's probably because
you're thinking.
Oh, that's a Glades. That's a Glades. That's an Everglades. That's why.
They leave a big skid.
So that's really low. That's going to
You realize almost half that stadium is fucking evacuated. That's mandatory.
Exactly. It's one of my biggest problems.
That's going to ruin the Everglades because that's all that salt water coming in there.
I mean, I know it's good for you, but I hate it. Do you like drinking water? I force myself.
I love water.
You do? You love it?
That's my favorite beverage.
Oh my goodness! I find it so incredibly boring.
Really?
I never. The only other thing I'll drink besides water and beer would be iced tea, no sugar.
Yeah.
And coffee.
Then it's no fun.
It wasn't.
See,
I hate soda. I don't like diet. I don't like sugar diet. I just don't like it.
Speaking of which,
Every now and then.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Stephanie was supposed to bring me tea, and I hate this.
Of it,
Right?
the money's coming, but the problems are also.
I just remember being in service and being so thirsty.
2 o'clock in the morning and getting that phone call.
It's the only thing that'll
We
flex
didn't
their
we didn't even have water.
Oh, man.
I'm Tom Martino.
Century RV, this is car day, right? Well, RVs are vehicles, and Century RV has a huge selection of new and used RVs and travel trailers, fifth wheels, Class A's, Class B's, Class C's, Class D, E, F. No, I'm just kidding. You can get all the major brands. I love the way he does business up there, Steve Hata. Give him a call or stop by. It's north of Denver on the 119 turnoff to Longmont on I-25 there. 303-453-1111. 303-453-1111. CenturyRV.com. All right, Donna wants to give some kudos to Pro Auto Care. Is that right? Are you there, Donna?
Oh, yes, I am.
I'm so sorry. So sorry for the wait, Donna. Tell us about it.
No, that's the guy that called where his vehicle would stall out and when it comes to stop. I had the same problem. I don't remember what kind of car he had, but Al Ramos' people at Pro Auto.
What did they find?
They discovered it was the surge valve. Purge valve. Now I can't remember the purge valve or the surge valve.
Oh, purge was the purge valve.
Yeah. So what about it?
Well, and they replaced it and they fixed it. That took care of it. Yeah, because they were trying all different things, and that's what it was.
And did you have a pleasant experience with Al?
I always do, and his son and all his people, and the Littleton people are really great now, too.
Well, good. It's good to hear that. We love the people on our referral list, and we really take that seriously, especially if you know people moving into town. Please tell them, referrallist.com, for everything they need. All right, Kevin's got a comment on the brake question we had. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, actually, Ford's had trailer brakes for 10 years now built into.
God, I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, but there's 3 settings on most of them: a B1, a B2, and a B3. The B1 is if your trailer weighs less than the vehicle. B2 if the trailer weighs about the same as the vehicle, and B3 if the trailer weighs more than the vehicle. And if you're running on B3, your trailer brakes will lock up at slow speeds every time.
Oh, so it could be he has it in the wrong mode.
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
Although it sounded like from the Toyota stuff you guys are reading, it's more like it's got to be reprogrammed to do it automatically.
Well, Kevin, yours, it works fine?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've had three Fords now, and they all work fine.
They have how do they sense braking in that one? Do they have little mercury switches, do you know? Or that's probably old technology, I don't know.
Yeah,
I bet it's all wheel sensors.
Running off the brake pedal.
Yeah, pressure. You're right. That would be the logical thing. Thank you very much, Kevin. So it could be a setting. It could be. Suzanne, for some reason, line 3, I can't read the name on there. If you want to reset it, or I can exit and come back. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
I just like to talk to the car guys about about diesel tuners.
Okay, go ahead. They're listening.
I have an 05 Duramax, and cold air intake on it. I put a larger exhaust on it, and right now I'm running an Edge Juice with Attitude and with the pyrometer, so I don't get it too hot when I'm going up hills. and I don't haul a whole lot, and I don't drive it like a crazy man. I generally drive it either in tow mode or stock, and I just wondered...
What do you guys say?
Yeah, you know, when it comes to diesel tuners, I'm not as familiar as my other shop, the E-shop, is. Now, when you said you're running, you have a tuner actually plugged into that, or what are you...
I have one in there now. It's an Edge.
An Edge, okay. Yeah, see, we don't believe much in tuners, and it's really been difficult at our shop. We have a lot of... We see it more in the sports cars, you know, the Audis, the BMWs, guys that like to soup those up. And we've seen nothing but problems with those.
When we talk about tuners, are we talking about computer chips?
Right, when they add that computer chip in there and then they change exhaust, intake, things like that.
So you're changing the manufacturer's specs,
right,
on purpose.
Correct.
Why is that? Is it that the manufacturer can't do it well or doesn't do it well, or what?
People want more performance out of it.
And they don't care about the economy as
much.
Correct. So, Mark, what are you trying to get? What is your object, or what's your goal?
Actually, I don't really have a goal. I'm just curious of what they think. I've already got it in there. I don't notice a whole lot of difference, maybe a few miles a gallon on one of the modes, but the truck runs great, great with it or without it.
Well,
that was a great platform to start with, the Duramax. That's perfect.
That was the other question I was going to have. It doesn't sound like you're doing a lot of heavy towing or pulling with it.
I haul a show car with a 20-foot trailer, and then I haul a 25-foot camper on occasion. But that's about it.
Yeah, none of that sounds like, from what I'm hearing from you, man, I don't know that I would go with the tuner. I would go back to leaving it stock and just run with it. You've got the intake and exhaust, that's great, but no need to have that tuner plugged in there.
Well, if I leave the tuner on stock, is that the same as having it stock?
Absolutely not. No, because you're still running through the computer, and anytime you run that through there, it's communicating to that computer system, and it may not change today, but 6 months from now, if something goes on with that chip, it's still plugged into that computer, and it can cause you some problems.
Okay.
Anyway, so you know what? The world is so divided on chip. When you chip a car or chip a truck, you have people who love them and people who hate them. I've never heard anyone neutral on them. I mean, to me, if you can take a chip and reprogram parameters to your liking, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Man, I see things wrong with it.
Well, the only thing I see wrong is if you do it wrong. Of course, I would assume professionals are giving you these programs. You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy a chip for performance, it's already been programmed for you.
It's getting a lot different now. Like your car will stay within the lines and drive itself, right?
Right.
Imagine if you overrode that not to let you do it for an hour instead of 30 seconds, you could die. So overwriting the computer programs, I think, is a big problem.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they're doing. I think they're just doing like.
How about emissions? How about, can they affect emissions, guys? Can you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can program these to spit out these big black things of smoke and black out everybody behind you. Isn't that how they do it?
That's how you roll coal, is with a tuner.
So I don't think it's a good thing. And economically speaking, it voids your warranty, I think.
No, that part I was going to mention. It could indeed do your warranty. And a lot of people, what they do is they keep the original chip, and when they go into the dealer, they put the original chip back in. Now, Mark, you talked about a lot of parameters I wouldn't dream of touching. You're right about the self-driving and about emissions and all that. I was assuming that when you get a chip, you get it for performance, or you get it for hauling, or you get it for some use, and it's already programmed. I'm not suggesting we go in and start screwing around. I mean, that would be dreadful. I mean, but wouldn't you trust a performance shop to give you a chip on performance?
I mean, maybe the dealer. I mean, if it was the actual dealer, I would.
Or not dealer, but just a performance shop. I mean, a lot of these guys.
My Hyundai's so fast already, I'd never need a chip.
Now, does basically everything have a chip right now? Does everything?
Well, it's called a PROM or anything. It's all programmable stuff.
Right.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
so we all have, but can they can't all be changed. Why do diesels, especially in these pickups, why are they easy to get to and replace? Is that why they do them? Because PROMs, or programmable read-only memory, right? But so if it's programmable, there are some chips you can't replace, and I'm wondering why. They don't make replacement chips. It must be accessibility.
Well, they're not necessarily replacing them, but they're bypassing. It'll feed through the tuner and then back to the computer.
Oh, they don't. You don't pull out. Then what do these guys, when they tell me they pull out the chip and put the they put the original one back in?
That's older cars.
Okay,
they're plugging into the OBD2.
So right now they're running how? They're running by bypassing mode.
They're putting that in a loop.
You don't literally remove and replace.
No.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Adam, go ahead, Adam. What's happening?
Hey, I want to know where I sign up for Suzanne's job.
What do you mean?
Mark said she went to lunch a little while ago, and she works like 3 hours a day.
Oh, yeah, that's what he thinks. I work 3 hours a day.
Oh, my God. Because of that's what people think about me. Because I'm on the air 3 hours, I'm working 3 hours. Oh, man, do I wish that was true. Okay, you can sign up for the job, but you got to work for her hourly rate, and I think it's $4.85 right now. I'm not sure. Is it $4? If you want to make $4.85, yeah, and she takes lunch at a whim. What Mark meant was she was going downstairs to meet the guy from where did we go?
Jimmy John's.
That's
today.
right, Jimmy John's. And they are freaky fast. They really are. They're fast.
Compared to the pizza place we use,
no,
my God.
I cannot believe how fast those sandwiches got here. Where are they located? Across
They're in
the
Greenwood
street?
Village. And Tom, I told Adam everything I do around here.
Okay, so good. He knows. Craig, go ahead, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, Tom, talking about the hail damage,
yes.
I have a bit of a collector car. It's a Honda S2000 convertible that was destroyed.
Oh, my God. A Honda S, what is it? An S what?
2000.
Okay.
And it was really badly damaged, so I didn't want to just take it anywhere. So I went outside the affected area, so I didn't feel like I was just going to be pushed into the, you know, the multitudes of people coming in and the problems you're hearing about with these other people. I took it to a shop in Parker called Auto Image 360.
Yeah.
And they were excellent at giving me updates.
Good.
It did need paint. They were mostly a paintless dent repair, but they do clear bras and other things.
Yeah.
And they gave me, you know, like weekly or biweekly updates. I knew what was going on the whole time.
Is that a fast car? What is? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm looking at it. It's a good-looking car.
It looks kind of like a Mazda Miata.
Fastest stock four-cylinder on the market.
What? It's a much faster, high-revving car than a Miata.
Yeah, it's the fastest four-cylinder vehicle on the market.
Like how many horsepower?
Well, it's only 230, but it's a very light car.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a lot for that little thing.
And it revs to almost 8,000 RPM before you even have to shift.
And yours is a convertible?
Yes.
What color?
Convertibles.
What color?
Right. It's called Neon Pearl Yellow, which was another concern of mine.
I see it right here. I see it on the...
Anybody that didn't know how to do a three-stage, you know, base yellow, pearl coat, and then a clear coat, they ended up having to repaint the whole car, and these guys did a fantastic job. Jeff and the staff down there
thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Craig. And I'll tell you, the worst mistake I think you can make with a body shop right now, or paintless dent repair, whatever, is taking in a car when you know you're not going to get to it unless you set the expectations properly. Didn't you, Nick? Is that the biggest problem? What do people ask? When am I going to have my car?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to schedule them correctly. I mean, I got one at a body shop that's been there 2 weeks, and I'm getting nervous, and hopefully this afternoon it'll be done.
Yep.
And, you know, you just got to schedule them out and know your schedule.
All right, let's talk about siding, Mark. And this is an interesting company, Eco Homes, because Eco Home Exteriors does only siding. They are the masters of this. They wanted to have a niche because, as I said, a lot of these companies, they'll say they do windows and roofing. Oh, and siding. They just say and siding. It's like a little aside. But siding is really, in and of itself, the most important part of your exterior. When it comes to visibility. That's what you see. I mean, you see more of your siding than any other part of your house. So what about them, Mark? They do fiber, cement siding, vinyl,
everything,
lap, steel, aluminum, wood.
This is who the contractors, the roofers, the window people, this is who everybody uses to get the siding. They're great people. The pricing is unbelievable. And family-owned, operated.
And they do commercial and residential.
And they repair siding. Who do you know that repairs siding?
Yeah, that's important. A lot of these siding people are great at putting your siding on. But then try to get something fixed or replaced or repaired. These guys will do it even if they didn't do the original job. So that's Eco Home Exteriors for siding, all kinds. 720-639-4477. 720-639-4477. And look for them on the referral list at referrallist.com.
This report is brought to you.
You want to grab your phone when I see it light up. Hello.
Lady wants to know, I don't know nothing about this. She's a little lady. She says, will anybody check my AC module for free on an 06 Grand Mercury LS Mercury or something like that? I don't know. Yeah? All right, I'll give her your number then. Okay.
I don't know what this is going to do to the economy.
Ultimately, it's going to be good for business.
Well, yeah, it's going to ramp up.
The both storms. Ultimately, it's almost like a war to rebuild it.
Money always comes from somewhere, so this is insurance being pumped into the economy.
A little bit of it, most of it's our tax dollars, which they waste anyhow, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is.
Now, that's a new one that's just come out.
But all the flood insurance is all federal, man.
I like an older, just put...
How does that work? So if your house is in a flood,
2000?
but yet all your siding and your roof is ripped off from the storm, do you have one claim, multiple claims?
No, they don't. They only do flooding. The flood insurance will, So you have to have a regular policy. You cannot buy just like
so the flood. I wonder what hurricane insurance is. That's what my parents have. It's actually called hurricane insurance.
It's cheaper because it only covers hurricanes. It must be an official hurricane, and then that kicks in. And the reason it's interesting is because if you try to get that much coverage in a regular homeowner's policy, it would be too expensive. So you have a regular homeowner's policy,
and then a rider that has hurricane.
And then you have a hurricane policy, which you can get a whole shitload more coverage, but since it's so rare, it's cheaper. But it only covers official hurricanes.
And then still neither of those would cover the flooding if it comes in through the bottom or in through the ground.
Anything that hits the ground and flows is flood.
Jeez, can you imagine? I wonder how they even do that. The roof gets ripped off and it's raining for 3 days.
Now that they'll cover.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but then the water comes in and floods you. Oh, it's just a nightmare.
So this is a new one. Look at that price tag.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's the Acura NSX.
How much is
They've been built the new ones? Well, they just re-released them. They stopped for about 8 or 10 years.
Yeah, but they've always been high.
Oh, God.
Here's looking weird.
Here's a 92 for 55.9. NSX, man.
You should buy one.
Those are fun.
That's what I would be driving.
Don't leave.
I tell you what, I think the...
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome.
Yeah, this is the only show. Pass it around. The more people that listen, the more we can penalize those who need penalizing. And then more you can reward the good guys. And it's really important. You spread the word about both. It's the online, on-air review system live, okay? Now, 303-713-TALK. Who is waiting longer? Okay, Jeff. Jeff! Hey, we have a couple... Oh, we may not be able to take too many more, but try to get in. 303-713-TALK. Jeff, go ahead. What's happening?
I have a 90... Tom, I'm the guy that used to work on your exhaust for your old airplane.
Oh! You're talking about the stainless?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That well.
Thank you.
Tom, I have a 93 Ford.
Yes.
F-350 manual transmission diesel truck.
Okay.
I have never been able to keep decent brakes on that truck. They just...
Really?
I've had Ford replace them. I've had shops replace them. I have replaced them. The master cylinder. I've gone through the whole system. And
how long do they last?
No, it's not the shoes. It's the hydraulic system part of the brake.
You mean the system, like the expensive part?
The master cylinder and the... I don't know if it has a slave.
It has a booster coming off the vacuum pump. It has a what do I want to call it? A proportioning valve on the frame because it's got drum brakes on the back and it's got disc brakes on the front. And I've replaced everything there more than once. and for the life of me, I cannot keep brakes on it. Now,
And as Mark would say, now I'd have to say it: is there a loosen up behind the wheel? Okay, no. What I'm getting at. Here's what I'm getting at. Do you think it has anything to do with driving habits at all, or guys, that wouldn't affect the hydraulic?
Well, when he's saying you can't keep brakes on it, the material's wearing out prematurely, or you losing?
No, he's saying the opposite.
The hydraulic system,
just the hydraulics.
Isn't that weird?
So have you? I mean, you've checked cylinders, lines. I'm assuming you've checked all throughout the whole system.
And no one has an idea when they replace it what went wrong with it?
Nope.
Have you looked online to see? Have you looked to see if other people are having problems?
No, I haven't done that part.
After you fix it, how long does it take for the problem to come back?
Well, there is no fixing. It just stays that way.
You have never been. So you don't. You do have brakes, though.
Well, I have brakes, but I only have brakes because I leave 50 yards between me and the next car.
Holy crap!
If I had to stop that truck on a dime, there would be a wreck. It's just that simple. I've had it to Brighton Ford, to Mike Daunton Ford, and 2 or 3 other shops.
If you've had them all these places,
yes, sir.
I don't know. I mean, who could take a stab at it? I mean, we'd have to look at it, but what the hell could it be? It's unbelievable that only the hydraulic part. Your shoes don't wear out.
No, the shoes
or the pads.
Normal wear on the shoes.
I can't.
That's because I'm not ever able.
There's something upstream. There is something upstream causing that.
Have you done that proportioning valve?
And what? Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've replaced the proportioning valve. And
where are you located?
I'm located at well, basically a mile and a half south of where I-70 meets Colfax on the east.
Wait, you're still in the same location?
Still the same location.
Oh my goodness! I'm happy to know you're still there. I want you to leave your information with Suzanne. I'm serious because you are the great. Okay. You're one of the best welders I've ever come across, and I love. Yeah, and we custom did an exhaust stainless for my one of the airplanes I built. Suzanne, get Jeff's information. Jeff, let's see if we can get someone to take a stab at this. I wonder if Norris would like to take a stab at it. Okay, quickly. Aaron wants to correct me on the brake controller. Go ahead, Aaron.
So I've got a 2006 Ford F350 that has the built-in factory brake controller, and Ford was the first to offer the built-in controller factory.
Yeah, I heard that. I never knew about built-in controllers.
Yeah. And and the thing with those controllers is that how well they work depends on the trailer brakes too. I pulled some trailers where the brakes were old and wore out, where you had to turn it all the way up to get any braking out of them. And I've had other ones where just making one little small turn on the adjusting wheel, or just one click on the adjustment, will go from little brakes to putting you through the windshield.
Wow. So how do you like your controller? Basically, the Ford. It's great.
It works fine for. I mean, I've pulled trailers with electric over hydraulic brakes, and those are awesome. Just the straight electric brakes, they work fine for what they are.
I got to run, but listen, hey Ron, this guy never got on. We will take Ron first thing up Monday if he can wait. Remember, folks, save all your problems for me.
Hey, it's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Homes and businesses in the Denver area.
Sinking concrete, sidewalks, patios, porches, and interior.
Remember, Florida.
Do we have a generic weekend one? Good, let's do it.
Florida's going to be